Halo guys, welcome semuanya ya. Thank you banget guys. Udah ganti thumbnail belum sih? Udah cok. Udah goblok. Udah anjing. Udah ganti thumbnail guys, udah. Halo bro, halo welcome. Sabar, ini masih lama banget sih.
Games of the future. The Mobile Legends Bang Bang tournament features 16 teams of up to 6 competitors. The game is played in a 5 versus 5 format until 2 wins or 3 wins in the finals. Each team has one reserve player. Replacements can be made between the matches, and in the event of a player injury or other force majeure, a replacement can be made during the game. The tournament consists of 2 stages, group competitions and playoffs, and the matches themselves will be held in a best of 3 format. Only 12 teams will advance to the second stage. The group stage is played in the GSL format, the playoffs in the Olympic format. Teams that finish the group stage without defeat go directly to the quarterfinals, and those that lose one match will compete in the last 16. Teams that lose both their group matches are eliminated from the tournament. Good luck and have fun.
Halo, welcome bro. Udah telat ya bro. Sorry guys, agak telat guys. Pas marib lagi, harus marib dulu cok abis ini ya. Marib bentar ya di sini aja ya. Abis ini marib bentar, oke. Oke guys, oke. 180 aja. Nanti kalau udah main biar gak lag nih. Nah, soalnya gak ada ini ya, MBL gak live tuh ternyata.
Welcome to the Games of the Future 2024. One of the hottest events in the Mobile Legends
Bang Bang. Live cok ternyata ini. Pantesan ya pada orang-orang pada nyari ya, MBL-nya gak live cok. MBL-nya gak live cing.
16 of your
Masa thumbnail gue belum berubah sih? Udah cing.
international teams fighting it out for a $1 million cash prize. One of
Lama tot lu diem babi.
the biggest cash prizes we've ever had for Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and that is just telling half the story, as you're going to see all
mainnya juga nanti
the top teams who competed all across the world, and also multiple familiar faces from M5.
Guys, jangan lupa like dulu gak sih guys, kalian guys.
My name is Weezy. It's going to be a pleasure being able to cast these amazing games.
Ganti thumbnail dah.
We're also joined by another familiar face.
Oh, hello.
Wah, cing, aneh banget dah.
And that's Barbie, that's me. Nice to meet you.
Ngelek cing anjing, aneh banget dah. So guys,
Now, we are streaming Group A, so definitely shout out to your guys' favorite teams. Make sure you show them some support with us. Speaking of support, just look at that. Amazing virtual stadium.
Aneh banget dah.
Yeah, these are the winter
jelek
games.
apa di sana guys? Intinya jelek apa di sana
Now
cok?
we have myself. I'm all the way
Cok intinya jelek kayak yang di sana
out North
guys.
America, representing. For those who don't know, I'm an NACT caster.
Intinya jelek
I
kayak yang di
cast
sana
our
guys.
teams that get out of our region and represent us inside the MSC, represent us
Halo kayo, halo.
inside of the World Series, such as M5.
Lu
and
pulang
NACT this year.
cok.
And then we're Barbie. You're all the way
Lu
out.
pulang babi. Lu pulang.
Yeah, that's true. I'm from Kiev.
Lu
And that's
pulang, anjing.
so a unique experience to cast this way, and I'm having a fun time.
Lu pulang cok.
You know, and it's funny too because me
Lu
and you were
pulang
kind of
emang.
talking.
BTW lu
we've got a
pulang
lot of
Lun.
experience playing
Lu pulang kah?
with some teams, and
Pulang
you'll be
kah?
able to get to see a team that you
Pulang kah?
played
Pulang
with
kah?
today.
Yeah.
Beat it out.
That's like wow. They gonna play deal.
Yo. Rene gak sih kan kok? Ya kapan
Who's
mulai
gonna
bangsat?
play against
Kada
Music
kapan mulai
Goals,
anjing?
and
Libur ya?
that might be
Libur kan,
a
libur,
revenge
libur.
matchup because on
Libur emang,
M2
gue.
we were in the same
Libur kah?
group and kind of
Iya,
lost
libur.
to the Music Goals,
Nah
but
ngomong mulai anjing ya. Cok sumpah nge-lag banget.
they end up to
Guys, jangan lupa like dulu gak sih
be
guys?
a runner-up there.
Emang nge-lag banget sih,
So
kalau
I guess
misalnya.
that's okay.
Guys,
But
gue
yeah,
sholat
now
bentar
we
ya guys
might
ya.
see the
Sorry banget nih, gue
revenge.
sholat bentar ya.
Yeah, we are
Guys, gue
going to
sholat
definitely
bentar ya
be
guys ya. Sorry banget nih,
looking
sholat
forward to
bentar
seeing these
ya.
matches today.
Oke,
Like you
karena
said,
udah
guys, a
azan.
lot of
Gue sholat bentar guys, oke? Cuman kalau agak
the powerhouses are on the schedule, so definitely get ready and
gue sholat bentar guys ya.
enjoy the show. Make sure you get
Aku
some
nih
popcorn. Make
bodoh.
sure you get
Nanti
some
orang yang
drinks.
ngomong anjir
Guys.
gue.
The competition is definitely here.
Bentar guys, sholat
Now, let's
bentar.
go ahead and pan on over.
Sholat bentar ya guys ya. Gue tinggal sholat bentar, oke? Bentar aja, bentar aja.
Вселенные и сохранять баланс мироздания. С развитием технологий люди стали больше погружаться в виртуальные миры, забывая про мир физический, обрекая гармонию на угасание. Чтобы восстановить баланс, гармония переродилась жар птицы мира отправилась сквозь вселенные в поисках героев, способных вернуть утраченную энергию. Избрав 5 сильнейших представителей, Мира собрала их у Куба Советов, наделив их уникальной силой. Они стали хранителями гармонии, чья задача — охранять и поддерживать баланс. Советом было принято решение провести турнир, победитель которого распространит гармонию по свету. Для этой цели Куб преобразовал частицу гармонии во флейм, древний артефакт для сбора энергии. Хранителями было выбрано место для проведения турнира — город с самым сильным соприкосновением энергии. Именно здесь миллионы зрителей и сильнейшие атлеты примут участие в величайших играх всех времен, чтобы определить достойнейших и восстановить баланс миров. Да начнутся игры!
And here we are, straight to the casters. That's Group A, Round 1. Again, my name is Steph Weezy, all the way out from North America, representing our region. Nice to meet you guys, and proud to be on the Game of Futures scene.
Yeah, hi, and I'm Barbie. Nice to meet you as well. And I'm ready to cast. These 2 games is going to be a bangers, especially the second one.
Yeah, the second one indeed, because you talked about, you get to see a team you've competed with go up against a team that defeated you guys. So it's going to be a little bit of a blast from the past and hopefully a different outcome for you. Now, we are going to be seeing 2 teams fight it out today for the first round. It's going to be RRQ, Hoshi, and Team LiLGUN. Excited to see where this goes, right? You have Viva RRQ all the way out from Indonesia, and then you have Team LiLGUN from Mongolia. Both of these teams we've seen compete in the world stages, and couldn't be more excited to see where this goes. As we go ahead and take a quick look at the schedule, we are currently on the group stage today, February 26th. And we'll be in the group stage tomorrow as well. There are 4 teams competing in our group. There are 4 different groups. Only 3 teams will make it out. 1 will be eliminated. On the 28th of February, it is going to be the finals. And then we will be seeing all these teams fight it out February 29th as well. Semifinals will be on March 1st, and the grand finals in a battle for 3rd place. Finishing off the Game of Futures 2024 will be March 2nd. So definitely get your notebooks out and take these dates, because there's going to be some exciting matches.
Last time Team LiLGUN actually won the Digital Games, because like I felt like, you know, LiLGUN is the kind of team who like ramp up while these like live games. You know what I mean? They might play like average, but when they are on stage, they are playing much more better. And this is kind of team, and this is like the ultimate quality of a team, to be able to play better on a live stage. This is rare.
You know, and I always say pressure does 1 or 2 things, right? It either bursts pipes or makes diamonds. And it looks like the Team LiLGUN is going to make diamonds when they are on stage. Definitely a little bit more comfortable on the professional scene. As we are taking a look at the current group stage brackets for all 4 groups, A, B, C, and D. A lot of familiar faces on there. Like we said, RQ Hoshi today up against Team LiLGUN will be the first match of the day. These are all going to be best of 3s. So they do have a chance to kind of fight it out and try and get that sweep, or a possible 2-1, or make it an upset. But as we are looking for, like we said, Group A currently, the 2 matches we will be going over today is RRQ Hoshi versus Team LiLGUN. And then following right after, as Barbie mentioned, Burmese Schools versus Deuce Volts, round 2.
Wow, I'm watching the brackets. I'm watching the brackets, and I kind of noticed that there are no like baby games, like, you know, these are all the top competitors. There are no easy groups here.
Yeah, nobody's going to get a free ride here. Like we said, all these teams have definitely has the experience. I mean, even Burmese Schools, we've seen them compete in M5. They lost to CU soon. They came in like 7th place. Didn't have the easiest ride, and hopefully this time around they'll be able to have a little bit of a stronger match. We see other teams such as RRQ Hoshi. We got to see them compete in MPLI. They got taken down by See You Soon. But we also got to see them compete in the MPL Season 12 for Indonesia. So, yeah, like you said, there's a lot of harder competition in these tournaments. And this is, like we said, one of the biggest prize pools for MLBB in general. This actually, with this $1 million prize pool, this is bigger than M5. It was like 800,000, 900,000 cash prize overall for the prize pool. But this one is like $100,000 over that.
Yeah, that's finally arrived. Nice. And the RRQ Hoshi on M1 was like second place. He was the first one, so it's like super experienced team. I understand that a lot of players are kind of left the team and joined the team, and it's kind of a different team now, but the experience, I guess, is still there.
Yeah, definitely going to have to see which teams have the synergy, right? I mean, they have a best of 3, so there's definitely...
of the future.
Hello.
Halo guys, welcome semuanya. Sorry banget ya, udah lama guys. Ini jarang sholat guys. Sabar, gue belum story cok hari ini guys. Sabar, gue belum story cok hari ini. Coba lupa guys. Halo guys ya, welcome semuanya. Sorry agak telatan guys. Story bentar, oke. Story bentar ya guys ya. Story dulu ya, oke. Sabar guys. Story dulu guys. Tadi juga belum main-main jing. Halo semuanya ya. Gak usah lo muat-muat merah babi. Sabar guys, story dulu guys. Let's go. Sabar guys, story dulu guys. Oke, sabar sambil nunggu si main cuk. Gue sampai lupa story jing ya tadi cuk. Halo bang, halo Aka, welcome Aka. Sabar ya, aku story dulu. Halo Aka. Dukung siapa nih Aka? Wajib, dukung siapa nih Aka? Sabar, story bentar ya. Story bentar guys. Halo semuanya. Sorry bentar cu. Lama banget sih. Baru kali dua loh. Kali dua biar gak telat. Sekali dua biar gak telat.
Games of the future.
Wah, copyright nih cok, bawa copyright jing, bawa copyright guys, bawa copyright cok. Sumpah bawa copyright anjing. Oke, sabar guys. Anjir lah ini lama banget cok. Bawa copyright anjing. Oke, sabar guys. Sumpah ini gigi gue gak bisa dibuka cok. Udah kalah kan anjing gigi gue. Gak bisa dibuka cok gigi gue anjing. Fuck man. Aku belum main-main jing, katanya jam 6 pas nih, udah jam 6 lebih nih. Gak main-main babi. Udah jam 6 lebih nih bro, gak main-main nih bro. Udah jam 6 lebih aja nih, gak main-main nih. Lama banget cuk. Lama banget ya, sabar. Kalian jangan lupa ibadah ya guys ya, jangan lupa ibadah dulu guys yang belum ibadah. Gue ini lama banget jing, sumpah dah. Sabar. Dah, guys. Kapan draft gak tahu, kocak nih gak mulai babi. Gak mulai anjing. Yang mana gue tahu jir. Mana gue tahu babi. Ini gak mulai bangsat. Tahu jing gak mulai cok, sumpah dah. Gak niat kayaknya cok. Gak niat dah. Kayaknya bau-bau gak niat dah. Bau-bau gak niat jing. Tai lah. Bau-bau gak niat cok. Coba agak daftar loh. Lama banget cing. Tapi selain ini di mana live? Ada live lagi di mana gak? MPL gak live dah. MPL gak live kan? Harusnya enggak sih. Oke, cek dulu dah. Yuk, teman aja yang live ini. Coba aku cek dulu guys. Gak ada, emang di ini doang. Emang sub Indo doang ini mah. Gak ada lainnya, gak ada guys. Di sini doang. MLBP aja nggak live loh, karena ini mungkin bukan turnamen ini ya. Nggak ada guys, nggak ada. Emang di sini doang, udah emang di sini doang live nya, nggak ada yang lain. Dan ini pun nggak ada draft anjing, lama banget mas. Sumpah gak ada draft anjing. Halo Rehan, welcome Rehan. Sumpah ya gak draft babi, lama banget cok. Wah gak draft cing, lama banget. Gintit. Telat ya sampai jam 7 nya anjing. Sumpah ini telat sampai jam 7 bangsat. Demi apapun dah. Ini telatnya lama banget sih. Lihat, udah pada marah-marah aja. Tapi roster tadi udah diperlihatkan loh rosternya kok. Tapi rosternya tadi udah dilihatin cok. Yang main Okta kan, gue udah berarti bener cok yang main partian RRQ ya main Okta anjing itu. Berarti bener jir. Berarti bener cok yang main Okta jir, bener itu. Yang main Okta anjing tadi. Udah rosternya ya yang main Okta cok. Berarti bukan clay, berarti ini harusnya emang harusnya meta baru harusnya. Bisa gue bilang begitu, harusnya meta baru soalnya Okta yang main ini, bukan clay. Semangat bang, iya makasih Muhammad Aditya ya, makasih. Ini masalahnya nggak draft ini Muhammad Aditya ya, makasih ya, thank you Muhammad Aditya. Ini masalahnya nggak draft ini cok dari tadi anjing. Ini nunggu setengah jam nih, sumpah nunggu setengah jam nih anjing, sumpah. Ini nunggu setengah jam dah. Udah gue kira ini nunggu setengah jam anjing. Cok gak draft loh, sumpah. Yang gue bakar aja cok nih turnamen anjing. Sebelah udah draft. Ya sebelah udah draft. Lihat komen aja, Cok. Katanya yang gue B udah draft, Cok. Katanya yang gue B udah draft, coy. Katanya yang gue B udah draft, Cok. Saya gak tahu juga sih. Katanya yang gue B udah draft, coy. Tapi ini kok gak draft anjing. Ya gue B katanya udah draft, Cok, yang gue B. Emang ya gue B udah draft. Gak tahu sih. Emang yang gue udah draft? Gue gak tahu, gak lihat sih tadi. Emang yang gue udah draft? Emang yang gue udah draft, Cok? Ini belum daftar loh, sumpah agak gerak banget, Cok. Apa nunggu nih? Apa nunggu apa lagi nih? Enggak draft loh, sumpah anjing enggak draft, enggak ngantar ini. Babi putang ina. Draft lah woi, babi, bukan gue yang ngatur, tolol. Sumpah lama banget cing. Dah kebong gue anjing tuh. Mulainya aja dari tadi ya, ini gak draft loh cok, sumpah. Ini gak draft loh, sumpah anjing. Lama banget cok, gak ngedraft bangsat. Kintilodon lah. Gak draft loh cok, sumpah lama banget gak ngedraft anjing. Demi apa? Kintil lah. Sumpah gak draft loh guys. Sumpah demi apapun cok. Gak ngedraft cing, lama banget cok. Guys, jangan lupa like dulu ya guys ya, yang baru datang welcome semuanya. Ini gak ngedraft babi. Apa? Kita bisa dulu guys ya. Sumpah ini gak ngedraft cok, jam 7 ini mah. Iya cok, tai kucing anjing. Gak ngedraft loh. Katanya yang gue udah cok, katanya yang gue udah. Masa ya? Buat cok. Udah jing. Tuh yang gue udah cok. Tuh yang gue udah loh. Yang gue udah loh cok. Wah penipuan aja, ini penipuan cok. Yang gue udah loh coy. Sumpah yang gue udah loh. Ini doang yang nge-like cok. Yang gue udah loh cok. Lama banget. Halo Kak Zia, kemana aja nih Kak Zia nih? Welcome Kak Zia ya. Iya sorry emang lama Kak Zia, ini ada interview dulu. Ada interview dulu ternyata guys.
Day for Group A, that's right. We're going to be looking at
ada interview
RRQ
dulu
Hoshi
loh.
Going up against Team LiLGUN. RRQ Hoshi. We didn't get to see them in the World Series, but we did get to see them compete in MPLI.
Sumpah ya, yang gue udah main loh, udah ngedraft loh. Emang ini nggak niat kayaknya, emang nggak niat nih kayaknya. Sepertinya tidak niat main ini. Tidak niat main guys, subar. Tidak niat main guys.
The world champions currently are the ones who took them down with a 0-2 sweep. So today they got
sebenarnya emang tidak niat main guys ini guys. Dah bubar guys, bubar. Anjing gue nungguin dari tadi ya cok. Apalagi Onyx ya nanti tengah malam cok, bangsat. Tengah 12 cuy, gila tuh. Ya apalagi Onyx mainnya nanti tengah malam cok, jam tengah 12 ya.
RRQ Hoshi couldn't participate on the last
tapi di sana masih sore sih. Jadi kalau ini masih siang sih, beda 4 jam katanya. Jadi di sana masih siang cuy ini.
So
berarti Onyx mainnya sore di sana. Kalau di sini mau tengah malam aja. Beda 4 jam katanya. Katanya emang beda 4 jam cuy ya.
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing, and honestly, I'm so glad to just be able to be here. Casting in the NACT for North America, I like to kind of compare our meta to what's going on worldwide.
Ada interview lagi segala lagi cok. Lama banget jir.
Seeing who actually what's prioritized. I know over here for our region, just
Gak
from
usah lo
watching our
emot-emot
NAC
merah,
teams,
babi.
we're currently going through our
Usah anda
qualifier
emot-emot
stage.
merah ya.
We see a lot of Aurora being picked up, Nana, things of that nature. And I'm wondering if it's going to be like the similar story over here, especially on an international level, and see if we can find some similarities.
You know, I always
Ini
saw
kenapa
the similar
lama
things. It's
sekali
like,
tidak ngedraft.
let's say they
Di
pick
sebelah
Aurora, they
udah
pick
ngedraft,
Nana, but
cu.
when the games are going, everybody
Ya
starts
gue udah
picking,
ngedraft
like,
loh. Ini
Lunars
gak ngedraft
and
anjing.
Farsa and like classic mages, like, you know,
Di sebelah udah ngedraft loh,
can
coy.
we
Ini gak
see
ngedraft
it,
anjing.
today, though I don't know.
Sumpah demi
They
apa?
reward
Yeah.
Nana and
Lalu kenapa ya kalau match RRQ tuh dilama-lamain anjing? Kalau di sebelah match gak penting aja langsung ngedraft, cok. Ini match RRQ dilama-lamain anjir. Fuck, man.
They definitely have
Pilih
the damage
kasih,
though.
cok.
That's a big
Sumpah di sebelah udah ngedraft ya,
Honestly,
yang
being
grup B
able to
udah
see a lot
ngedraft,
of the
cok. Ini
marksman
grup
picks.
A masih
I
ada
like watching the
wawancara anjing.
international meta, just
man.
because it's a lot more creative than what we typically see in NA.
Anjir,
We're
emang
kind of
tuh
more
lama
of a
banget.
developing region. So to be able to see some things on the international level, take some notes, and hopefully bring it back to our home turf is the goal. But like we said, we're definitely going to be
Jangan lupa like
expecting
dulu ya
that
guys
today,
ya.
especially
Jangan
from
lupa di like
RRQ
dulu
host
guys,
team
anak-anak
from
baik
Indonesia,
guys.
one of the top
Jangan lupa like
regions
dulu guys ya,
inside of,
sambil menunggu
the
guys.
NOBAR.
Kita juga
So,
menunggu guys.
we got Mongolia right behind them.
2-0 aja gak sih? 2-0 aja guys hari ini.
Like you said, they did make it all the way out to the World Series, so they definitely have some talent and some great
2-0
experience.
aja gak sih hari
Let us
ini?
know what you guys think about these two teams, though. Definitely drop your favorite teams in the comment of today's stream as well. As we are getting ready
mulai,
to jump
emang
into
iya.
our first
Di
match.
sebelah
So
udah
it's gonna
mulai,
be, like we
Cing.
said, a best of 3.
Di sebelah
And
emang
there's
udah
three teams
mulai,
moving forward
Cok.
out of the group stage today, right? So we're gonna be covering the first two
Belum
matches.
anjing, di sebelah emang udah
Uh,
mulai. Yang
NOBAR
grup B
being
udah
the lead,
mulai,
transitioning over to
emang.
Some other familiar faces, some other casters around the scene who will be
Yang grup B
casting
udah
the
mulai,
remaining two
cok.
teams.
Yang grup
Now,
B
it's
udah
also-
mulai, yang grup A doang tuh. Ya,
We're saying this.
Yang
We're
ini
heading
udah,
over
Cok.
to our very
Yang ini udah
first
main,
match of the day.
Jir.
It is going to be S2G
Grup A
versus
doang yang
Twisted
nyita
Minds
itu,
here
Cok, tuh.
for our very first game in this BO3.
ini udah main, Jir. Yang grup B, grup A-nya doang, cok. Itu. Babi tuh Ronaldo anjing.
Astra's meta is different as
ya
well.
jadinya masih
It
wawancara
seems like.
anjing. Gimana
And,
mau nonton
so I was
masa?
thinking about LiLGUN, and they brought up the meta of like tanky heroes with STS and with carry, and it worked pretty good. So I guess this is
Sumpah, lama
the
banget
other
sih.
type of meta we
Agak
have in
bohong gue.
here, like tanky pick meta, early game. If
Sumpah,
enemy
yes,
have like
yes.
no
Gak niat kayaknya, guys.
insanely high amounts
Gak
of
niat, guys,
damage
gak niat, guys, gak
output,
niat.
they
Gak niat,
can't
guys.
like kill you basically
Sepertinya
on
gak
level
niat, guys,
4,
terutama
so
ini,
you kind of
guys.
start ramping up from that and snowballing, and I don't know, we might see this kind of meta as well.
Yeah, and speaking of meta, we will slowly be jumping into the game, and you kind of mentioned the carry. That's one of those few marksmen that we see often time and time again get picked up, at least in the NA side of things, as we are now jumping into the draft. First match of the day, best of 3, group stage A. RRQ Hoshi holding it down for Indonesia,
main lah,
and
babi.
Team
Lama
LiLGUN
banget.
from Mongolia. Already seeing some of the bans on the table, at least for my side with RRQ Hoshi. We're looking at the Guinevere stacked up with the Arlot.
That's pretty standard, I would say. The Joy and the Arlot are pretty standard, but the Guinevere is like latest addition
jangan balik dulu gak sih, guys?
to the meta, and everybody picks it for
Wah,
jungle,
seru
for
dong,
roam.
seru dong itu.
You
Okta kan yang main Okta
see
tuh.
some
Gue
other
oh udah draft, udah draft, udah draft. Main jam 11 Legenda mengatakan emang yang Kong. Emang udah draft Kong, udah draft Kong, udah draft, udah draft, udah draft, udah draft, udah draft, udah draft. Udah draft, udah draft, udah draft, guys, udah draft. Udah draft, guys, udah draft, udah draft, sabar. Udah draft,
Yeah,
guys,
and I
udah
would
draft.
say, looking
Udah
at this,
draft,
this
guys.
is very similar to my
Udah draft,
region,
udah
actually,
draft,
with
udah
the
draft Kong,
as
udah
well.
draft,
That's
udah
gonna
draft,
open up
udah
some of the
draft
mages on the
anjing.
table. We haven't seen a single
Udah,
RRQ
ini
ban down
udah,
yet. Possibly,
udah,
like you
babi,
said, the
udah.
Aurora, maybe the Nana,
Gue
who's
penasaran
just
gameplay
picking up
Busco
the scene
doang sih
as
sebenarnya.
a current meta. Could
Untuk
be a
sekarang
viable
lebih
pickup. I've
penasaran
actually been seeing a
gameplay
lot of
Busco doang sih.
Exonas, kind of
Ya
walking
Busco tuh
around. There is
jago
still
apa
some,
sih? Gue penasaran
pretty
juga
good
sih.
marksmen
Ya
on
gue
the
cuma
table that
sekedar
can be
lihat
picked up,
gameplaynya
like you
yang
mentioned, the carry a
pas
little bit
di
earlier.
PH
It's
kan.
definitely been a high value
Tapi
target.
ini berarti bener-bener
Some other things that at least we see for North
bener-bener
America is
partiannya
like the
dimainin
quad,
RRQ
trying to
pas
go for that
ngereng,
late
cok.
game
Okta anjir,
damage.
bener berarti.
Like you said,
Jadi
still some
persiapin
secret
Indonesia
weapons on the
Okta
table.
tuh.
You know,
Kayaknya kalian
interesting
dipersiapin
enough,
buat
we've been seeing
MBL.
a lot of Barats as well.
Kayaknya ya, kayaknya kalian dipersiapin
And
buat
the
MBL ya.
Lunas is quite viable now because it's easier to combo, no need to like this insane double.
Tapi
quadruple
kalau
ultimate,
sampai ini
setups.
kalau
You
sampai
just straight
kalau
up go into
sampai
one of them.
ini
And
apa?
Ruby being
Ini
banned, which
cuma
is,
spekulasi gue doang ya. Kalau
unorthodox,
sampai
I would say.
kalau
The
sampai ini juara,
uncomfortable
Cok.
hero
Kalau sampai
who
ini
are
juara,
like
fix
assassin
play
type of
camat
heroes.
anjing.
When you going in,
Kalau
Ruby can
sampai itu
just
cuma
easy
spekulasi gue
second
doang.
skill ult
Teman
and
bagus sih, hero
they
punya
can
banyak
pick you
ya.
up. So maybe Team
Mid
LiLGUN
hero
is
midnya
going
bagus, bisa
for
banyak
to
loh.
pick an
Bang,
assassin.
draft RRQ pindahin sebelah
That would
kanan.
be interesting to see.
Nggak
We are
bisa,
going to see the
anjing.
first pick on the table though.
Nggak
Not something I would have
bisa
expected.
bang,
It's
nggak
gonna be
bisa.
the
Gue bukan
Nobaria, so,
pengatur di sini kong,
definitely
kong,
can be a secret
gue bukan yang
weapon.
ngatur
It's
di
gonna
sini
have that
kong,
Asher
gue
Echo. It could provide
bukan
a
yang
lot of
ngatur kong di
slow
sini
on the map
kong.
as well. And
Bukan
some
yang
CC.
ngatur. Kalau gue
They
yang
don't
ngatur
have
udah
the
gue
R
pindahin
lock
kong.
that kind of synergizes really well with it with that demon gaze though. So I'm wondering how this is going to kind of go. Are they going to be able to pick up something like a
Bukan gue yang ngatur kong,
Nana or maybe
sumpah.
that Aurora that we're looking
Kalau
for?
gue yang
There
ngatur
goes
kong,
the
udah
Vexana
ini
that we
tuh.
kind of mentioned earlier, starting to make a big staple on the
Kali
competitive
dua ya
scene.
biar cepet. Ini
Yeah,
telat lagi.
yeah, just like you said, I noticed that Vixana and kind of Whale
Tapi
have
ternyata
this
bagus ini.
similar
Gak galak ya, semoga gak galak ya. Semoga tidak galak ya.
stuff when assassins going in or
Udah
like
kali
maybe
dua,
fighters
anjing.
going in, they gonna be catched with the CC and might be burst down because a lot of damage here. So
Bennett?
it's kind of uncomfortable to
Why
play
Bennett,
against
bro?
Vixana
Why Bennett, coy?
these days. And the CC
Yes.
is pretty standard, I would say, for the X-Plane, insanely strong. And
Bennett.
Novaria, I don't know, kind of early damage is lacking, but Vixana as well, so they kind of matched on the mid lane now.
casternya online gini, Cok.
Yeah, and you're
Tapi
looking at
casternya
a
kenapa
lot of
online gini, Cok?
mobility, I would say,
Parah,
from
anjing.
RRQ Hoshi, just due to
Ya,
having
gue
that
kira ya
vendetta
di ini,
did
Cok,
get
di
picked up
kayak
alongside
di
the show.
apa?
This is not too
Kayak di
standard from what I've been
ruangan
familiar
gitu.
with, at least on the NACT and
Nah,
the
casternya yang
North American
online,
side of
Bang.
things when it comes to drafting. This is going to be the first
Nah,
Benedetta
casternya
game
yang
I think
online
I've
yang
actually
ini.
seen.
Ini gimana, Cok?
We haven't
Apakah
had a
ada
single
settingan
one
di sini?
in our competitive
Apakah
scene
di sini akan ada
yet.
settingan, guys?
The show, I would say it comes a little here and there. I mean, it is single target.
Itu
CC,
tukang
has
ngomong
great
juga suruh
mobility.
diem aja.
They
Orang
have
gak
a little
ngerti
bit of
aing,
crowd
gue juga
control, though. I
sama,
mean, I guess
Bang.
in Navarre
Emang
can
gue
make up
ngerti,
for it
Kong.
in the slow,
Gue
but I feel
juga
like they
gak
need
ngerti,
some
Kong.
more group set
Gue
potential
juga gak ngerti, Kong.
as they
Sumpah,
jump
gue juga
into
gak
this,
ngerti,
at
Kong.
least for the side of RRQ
Andai gak
Hoshi.
ngerti, gue terjemahin
You
di
did
sini,
mention
Kong.
the CC. I think that's a great option. Definitely.
Soalnya tuh,
one of the stronger heroes in
soalnya
the
caster Indo gak ada yang ngesterin gitu loh masalahnya. Caster Indo gak ada yang ngesterin gitu loh. Jadinya, oh mau dengerin apa, Kong? Ya udah emang gini doang. Hadiah oke fasilitas.
Who do you think we're gonna get for both sides?
Oh,
Cuak.
carry, probably. It's like,
Emang, Cok.
I don't know.
Emang
But I would
hadiahnya
love to see some,
apakah
Nathan or
eh,
Wesley
apakah
being
mungkin
picked,
ya? Apakah
I don't
mungkin
mind.
hadiahnya
Yeah,
dikorup
Drew is being picked, here and
biar
there
fasilitasnya
from, like,
begini?
what, season one?
Kayaknya ya emang duitnya dihabisin buat hadiah dah. Sampai fasilitasnya aja gini, Jin. Tapi harusnya uangnya dihabisin juga kayaknya. Fasilitasnya langsung gini, Jin.
Because it's like so heavily skill dependent hero which can fit pretty much any game, any meta if you play good with it.
Ada yang sadar gak? Ronaldo lo sadar gak? Mirip Mas Dian, Cok. Lu sadar gak? Mirip Mas Dian, Cok. Apakah ini Mas Dian sebenarnya? Mirip Mas Dian, Jing. Kalau dia mirip Mas Dian, Cok. Si Aizen ini.
See the Mathilda band out though. It could go with the Rafaela and Angela. I've actually seen it paired up with the Florian as well. And these are still all options available on the table as we're now jumping into the second phase of bands.
Gak niat banget sih. Ya udah sabar ya sih, bro. Ya udah sabar. Yang penting RRQ menang aja gak sih? Ya udah jangan marah-marah gak sih, Cok? Udahlah. Yang penting RRQ lolos sudah itu aja 2-0 aja. Gak usah lama-lama nih. 2-0 aja. Siapa tahu nanti kita mulai, Cok. Siapa tahu nanti kita mulai. Kali. Gak tahu sih nanti ya. Teman gue ngajak mulai anjing. Gue kemarin udah mulai ya 2 hari ya. Masa mulai lagi anjing. Gue masih banyak game yang belum gue tamatin, Cok.
We might see it here as well. Darius being banned and the Minotaur from the other side. Minotaur is pretty reasonable ban here because it's feels really good and the
ya
front
Cobrusco
lane,
benar berarti
it's lacking mobility though. If they would pick
kenapa namanya jenis Hante,
Minotaur
Cok, bukan
here,
banana
I
ini?
don't know. Last time actually it kind of fits that kind of meta I spoke earlier.
Gak dilihatin loh, Cok, draftnya loh.
Meta, let's
Gak
say,
dilihatin loh, guys, draftnya, guys. Sumpah demi apa? Gak dilihatin, Cok, draftnya anjing. Fuck, man.
Yeah, especially because they're probably thinking RQ Hoshi's expecting that support to come out, and I think it's going to be like you said. It could be the
LiLGUN, Cok,
Estes,
bukan
it
LiLGUN
could
anjing.
be the Rafaela, it could definitely be the Angela, and that would open up the opportunity for them to grab a Group CC roamer. I mean, they did.
Jangan lupa like dulu ya guys ya. Welcome semuanya baru datang. Jangan lupa di like dulu guys. Kita support hashtag Indopred guys. Langsung tagakan hashtag Indopred guys. Jangan lupa guys.
In the Rome position, so it looks like they're not going to go in for probably that TIG. As we are looking though, we said the marksmen are still on the table. Looks like they're gonna ban the
emang
Kaja.
ya udahlah,
A little
ya
bit of
udahlah.
suppression has
Penting
been taken away.
udah penting ya
And
kita menang aja
Martis,
dah bodoh
which has
anjing gue.
been a really good hero, especially in the early game.
Gue lebih kepenasaran rosternya doang sebenarnya, master roster gameplay RRQ ini yang baru ini gimana gitu loh. Gue penasaran banget gitu.
Now, marksmen still are.
Ini ngedraftnya lama banget ya anjing.
Matter of fact, not a single
Ini ngedraftnya
marksman
lama banget
has
cok,
been
sumpah.
banned at all in the first game
Ini
today.
ngedraftnya lama
between
banget
RRQ
cing.
Hoshi and Team LiLGUN. You mentioned the carry.
Ya kira-kira pakai apa ya? Fanny masih lepas sih Fanny.
Heavy hitter. They
Fanny.
could provide some late game damage, but I
Kayaknya
still think
di-ban.
RRQ Hoshi needs something on their
Sebenarnya
roster.
sih
for
beda
the early
Nero
phase.
Core ini.
Yeah, early phase is definitely lacking here because Novaria and Vixana are not that kind of early gamers. Yeah, and the carry from LiLGUN kind of to be expected. And
Yeah, and
I don't know,
there it
but
goes.
you know, like both teams are not that early game oriented. Okay, Benedetta can be early game, pressure, and the Cho as well, but other ones, I don't know, kind of supporting this kind of behavior if we're gonna see one. And the Claude, like, expected.
It is expected. I asked you the question, which was we were going to see it. You said
Oh,
carry
Claude Skylar,
Claude.
cok.
No doubt about it. There it is. The proof
Claude
is in the
Skylar,
pudding.
cuy.
Looks like the meta is
Wah,
blending
Claude
well
Skylar
across
respect, cuy.
all levels of the
Claude
MLB
Skylar
scene
respect,
between
cuy.
all these
Boleh,
different competitors. Now, that is the finalized roster. They are going to go in for that Fredrin. This most likely will be the Fredrin in the jungle and Benedetta in the XP lane.
Oh,
At
iya
least
kan
that's what
pakai
we're
ini ya?
expecting, but hey, you never know when it comes to
Pakai
international scenes.
Fredrin.
They can
Oke,
definitely
let's
switch it
go.
up and keep you on your toes. We're still waiting for the final pick from Team
Hey,
LiLGUN.
top eight.
We are going to need to see
Hai Russell babi.
a
I just picked that.
support. There it
I was
was.
just thinking,
There
like,
it
just grab it, just take it, and it's yeah, nice. A pretty interesting matchup.
Udahlah.
is
Nah,
going
masuk
on.
di-
Like Estes and Barat is like
Sumpah
level 4
lebih
is
GG
unbeatable.
MPL jing efeknya sumpah.
Unbeatable.
Ini
But
lebih
I
gak niat.
kinda- I don't
Lebih
know
ke
about
agak
Vixana.
niat jing ini
It's-
lebih GG
from my
MPL bangsat.
perspective, it's kinda not
Sumpah efeknya lebih
that
GG
good
MPL
in
jing
this
mending
kind
nonton
of
MPL
draft,
bangsat
but
gue.
we'll see. Maybe the
Gue
personal
nonton
skills
MPL
are
anjing.
that high that we're picking
Lebih GG MPL
Vixana like
cok.
first 2 picks.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, seeing the way this is gonna go, I mean, the Bratz is a bully when it comes to these neutral objectives. He's not the easiest hero to kind of invade on, especially early for the orange and purple buff. Like you said, stacked up with the Estes is gonna make him even stronger in terms of the heals. And the later this goes, if Estes doesn't fall, he'll be able to
Lebih
get
GG
those
MPL
heals
anjing.
even better as we get to that
Lebih
mid to
GG
late
MPL
game
tuh.
and pretty much make
Ini
Bratz
nonton MPL anjing.
Now, we didn't see a
Sumpah
lot of
efeknya,
early game
sumpah
damage
gak niat
though,
banget
from
tuh
the side of
fasilitasnya
RRQ
anjing.
Hoshi. That's the
Bener-bener
only thing
sumpah.
that I'm kind of concerned
Gak
about.
niat banget,
Estes is gonna
bisa
go
bilang
on. Yes, they
banget,
do
gak
have the
niat
quad.
banget.
I mean, the later this goes, he can pick up something like that Demon Hunter sword, maybe a golden staff, and be able to rush in and deal the damage necessary to take down the Barats. But maybe that's the game plan with them. Maybe it's the Benedetta. It can definitely rush in with the Electo final blow. Whereas Barats is not the most mobile hero. But it's definitely going to be a challenge to see.
Udah,
which way this
lama,
kinda plays out. There
bacot
are
anjing,
two
lama,
bullies in the jungle,
udah,
though. We're
cepet,
looking at a
cepet.
Fredrin going up against the Barats.
Yeah, I think the Brat's going to have an
Udah,
upper
ayo
hand
cepet
in
cepet
this
lah
matchup
masuk gamenya lah
because,
bro.
like, Fredrin
Tukang
in the
ngomong yang
draft a
sebelah
little
kanan
bit, his
asli gak
ultimate
niat
is
banget
not doing
minimal
that
pakai peci
a
sama
lot of
dasi
burst
lah.
damage and,
Hei,
can
kenapa
easily
kenapa
fill up
kenapa mau
everything.
nyalek
You're
abang
gonna
gue?
get
Hei,
some-
kong, hei,
you're gonna
kenapa
get
mau
some
itu
for
malah
RRQ.
disuruh nyalek aja, hei.
For
Hei,
like
ini bukan, hei,
7
hei,
minutes,
hei,
I
udah
would
selesai,
say,
weh,
and
mah
then
disuruh nyalek
if,
lagi, hei, hei.
LiLGUN
Hei, kenapa
don't
disuruh
have
nyalek
much
anjing?
snowball to kind of lock in
Sumpah lama banget,
RRQ
Jing.
at their base. We're
Sumpah,
gonna
lama
get
banget,
to see
sumpah.
RRQ is kind of
Ah,
comeback.
guys.
So that's my
Oke cuy, memasuki game pertama antara RRQ Hoshi melawan LiLGUN.
Winding up, jumping into our
Let's go.
first
Ayo.
series of the
Let's go, bisa,
day,
yuk.
Group Stage A, RRQ Hoshi, all the way out from Indonesia, going up against Team
Let's go.
LiLGUN from Mongolia.
Let's go.
Into the land of dawn we go. Best of 3.
Udah 1
Who will be
menit
able
cok.
to make it out of Group Stage
Sumpah gak niat
A.
banget anjing.
So we're
Udah
jumping
1
right
menit
into
loh.
the action here, and
Masa
level
caster
4 is
pakai
being
kau?
farmed, almost being farmed. We're gonna see first
Namanya,
engage in turtle
namanya juga
rifles
ini
in
kong.
like 20 seconds.
Namanya juga gak niat kong.
Yeah,
Uangnya
looking
uangnya
at
habis
engagement.
buat ini
On
kong,
the
buat
top side,
hadiah
though,
anjir.
we're looking at a
Gak
little bit of
niat
some late game
kontol.
marksmen, but look at the battle in the mid-river
Aduh, Iran mati,
already.
Cok.
First blood,
Aduh, Iran mati,
Zara
cuy.
able to pick it up.
Udah, ini udah,
That was
sabar
within the first
kita
2
nikmati
minutes,
aja
and
gamenya
they
dulu.
didn't
Kita
just take
nikmati
down
aja
anybody,
gamenya
they
dulu,
took
Cok.
down the jungler from RRQ
Yeah, he
Hoshi, which
kinda
means they
like
won't
went
have the
one-
retribution.
Sabar guys, buru cok.
1 versus 3 he went. It's so, and the like the final blow with the
Yah,
petrify
gak
on
dapet,
side,
Cok.
trying to steal the turtle.
Gak dapet, cing,
The
gak
turtle
dapet.
being farmed.
Oh, mati.
Still like the retribution on the
Sabar.
and trying to kill
Aduh, sumpah nge-lag,
could not be
please.
kills and Joyce dies as well, and the rough start for RRQ Hoshi.
Sumpah,
They're
jangan
starting down by
lag,
1 kill, not able to take the first neutral objective. Is going to put him slightly behind 500 gold.
sabar. Aduh, nge-lag, cing. Fuck, man, nge-lag anjing. Sabar. Nge-lag, bangsat.
Yeah, that's what she should do. She should skip like
Nge-lag anjing, bangsat.
wave and pressure the mid lane or the jungle. If it's not happening, RRQ Hoshi is going to have a problem because
Gak ada facecam-nya loh.
it's mobility heroes
Waduh,
should
mainnya di hotel kah ini?
take advantage on the rotation.
Wah, gak niat banget, cing. Gue rasa emang gak niat banget dah ini. Cuma emang gak niat banget dah ini. Real gak niat banget, Cok. Dia doang gede, Cok. Cuma tapi gak niat banget anjing. Dia doang gede, bangsat. Tapi ya, lo lihat ya, LiLGUN, Cok. 140 pi aja, jangan dong, Kong. Jangan dong, Kong. Tapi LiLGUN ya, gue lihat metanya meta epic anjing. Meta rank banget, Cok. Tapi LiLGUN metanya meta rank banget, cuy. Tapi BTW LiLGUN metanya rank banget loh itu.
Absolutely agree, and it's like going just like I.
Tapi LiLGUN metanya rank banget itu.
RRQ Hoshi need to stop this snowball because it's going to
Tapi
continue.
LiLGUN metanya rank banget loh.
The Estes gonna have his ultimate and he does, and now I guess Team LiLGUN going to try to take some objective and they trying to force some fights now, and the fights is heavily in favor of Team LiLGUN because RRQ Hoshi, just like you said, have no damage.
Yeah, they weren't able to take the first neutral objective, but the second one 4 seconds away from
Masih
spawning
aman.
Can RRQ
Masih
Hoshi
menit
even
4,
out the
masih aman,
odds?
slow.
Are we
Masih
gonna
menit
start
4,
seeing
cuy.
Team LiLGUN form
Masih
up the
menit 4,
snowball
tenang.
that Barbie was
Masih menit 4
talking
tuh,
about?
tenang.
Brat's able to get a kill and also able to get that first
Kuat
turtle.
banget sih
Pulling
kayaknya
the
ini.
objective and aggro from the turtle.
Si LiLGUN kayaknya kuat
Ready
banget,
for
Cok.
this engagement.
Uhuh,
As you are gonna see
dapet,
a
Cok.
big knock up the G-Cut.
Wah, anjir.
Dragon.
Tabak.
Wah,
Skylar harusnya dapat, Cok, itu.
Trying to run away. Zara is going to
Kejar, Estes-nya.
one member falling for the side of Team LiLGUN.
Terus.
And one from RRQ Hoshi.
Estes-nya gak mati,
Alright,
Cing.
we'll find a kill. Is going to take down
Nice.
Isaac.
Let's go. Udah. RRQ udah mulai nih, Wah, gila, Cok, Busco dapat fixangan nih.
Able to find their synergy.
Wah, gila sih, Busco boleh-boleh nih. Saingan Nyawi kan,
Go on.
Wah, Busco boleh-boleh sih, dapat fixana loh. Wah, boleh-boleh Busco sih dapat fixana loh. Wah, saingan Nyawi kan, saingan Nyawi kan.
It looks like RRQ Hoshi was able to take that turtle. So now, oh no, did they take the turtle? Or did they lose it?
Yeah, the super good initiation
meta
with the
rank
show
banget,
with
cuy.
a flicker on the
Pick
Estes
off.
and the follow up with Benedetta
hampir
on the
mati,
4
Jing.
people elect a final blow with the petrify
Yah,
bursting
kemakan.
down the targets, and RRQ Hoshi
Kemakan,
winning the
Cok.
fight
3 orang
because
habis.
of the true initiation, and he get
Clear
wrecked
doang,
because of it
oke,
now,
santai.
I guess.
Gak bisa sih, gak bisa maksud sih.
We are
menurut
seeing
gue.
some heavy focus from the
Jangan
side
terlalu
of Team
maksa masuk.
LiLGUN.
Jangan terlalu maksa masuk.
Trying to get to the side lane, trying to possibly proxy it as well. And look at the bullying from Zara on
Jangan
this
terlalu maksa
Barax.
masuk. Wah,
Trying to zone out Irad from his farm.
Yeah,
Looking
that's
at that
exactly
Dapat,
what
dapat.
they should do. Take
Wah,
some
Estes-nya,
objectives
mereka
now. The
ngumpul
ultimate
Estes
is
mulu,
being
dia.
popped by the Estes.
Mundur,
Four
banana
people being
mundur.
killed, but no
Speed push bawah,
pressure. I mean,
Skylar.
there is
Speed
some
push bawah,
pressure
speed push bawah,
on the
Aziz, speed
tower,
push
but
bawah.
not enough to fall down.
Yeah, not enough to fall down.
Cuma itu
Still
meta rank
down
banget
by
gak sih,
about
Cok?
25%
Ada Estes.
HP. 2,000 gold lead for Team LiLGUN right now. I mean, they're having a
Kari
pretty
tank.
good game.
Udah ini meta rank banget ini, cuy. Sumpah ini udah meta rank banget ini. Udah meta rank banget. Tabrak.
Yeah, but the counter pressure is there. Chu is going
push,
up on the
okay,
bot lane,
push.
on the X plane, and the Claude is
Cuma itu
farming
meta rank banget, Cok,
pretty
LiLGUN,
good,
anjing.
actually. Like RRQ last fight on the turtle is super good. I didn't expect that.
Oke, sabar.
Kinda should take
Bisa sih ini.
Purify probably on the
Bisa sih,
Estes, and
dia
this
bisa.
flicker might be a problem later in the game because of the super good
LiLGUN pakai
initiations
meta
from
rank
Show.
banget, Cok. Sumpah itu LiLGUN pakai meta rank banget
Have to
asli.
watch out. Without having that purify is going to be easily.
Ini masalahnya bahayanya karinya, Cok. Kalau late game kayaknya bahaya kari tank tuh. Late game bahaya banget sih. Sakit banget. Udah keras, sakit lagi.
You already see in Team LiLGUN in position to be able to
Tuh,
hit
mereka
the
mainnya
retribution.
4 orang terus dia.
Yeah, they kind
Main
of
kumpul patungan terus.
banana.
Banana. Anjir, dapat
Patricknya
Patricknya aman. Tapi banana mati dia. Banana mati.
Damage they have, but not enough.
Ah, itu banana udah posisinya udah dapat, tapi
Showcasing the
beratnya ada
master of
ulti
that show.
sayangnya.
Looks
Terlalu
like,
maksa masuk gitu tadi.
RRQ Hoshi
Banana terlalu maksa masuk, cuy.
able to take this turtle in their hands. We'll
Banana
get that
terlalu
XP
maksa
boost
masuk
they're
tadi.
looking for, slowly starting to try
Banana
to
terlalu
equalize
maksa
this
masuk
economy.
gitu.
They are down by about 1,000 gold.
Sabar.
But that's just telling half of the story. Both these teams
Skylar
fighting out
kalau udah
early
pakai
aggression,
posisi
5
emang
to 4 already on the scoreboard.
gedong-gedong banget sih, Cok.
And it's just a battle back and forth. I wouldn't say this is really a one-sided story,
Tuh,
but it
mereka mainnya
seems
berempat
for the
mulu.
tier 1
Karena
turret
kalau
is
ada
on
Estes,
the way.
mereka pasti mainnya berempat mulu terus.
Yeah, they should take the tier 1 turret.
Kalau udah ada Estes emang harus main berempat terus itu.
Team LiLGUN, I mean, they
Bisa
need
itu,
to
Cok.
use all of the stronger parts of the Estes, which is his ultimate, to pressure all of first turrets and second turrets, and
Okay, clear.
you
Sip,
kind
aman.
of don't want to go to the
Aman,
super
aman.
late game here because of Novaria and Claude and the Electrify
Mau nabrak sih.
low, and
Kayaknya mau nabrak sih.
I mean, RRQ Hoshi in the late game
Gak jadi.
seems
Gak jadi.
super strong.
Mau nabrak tapi gak
The
jadi.
attempt of the taken on a blue buff here from Fredrin.
Yeah, we are going to see a turret fall for both sides, both tier 1s on opposite lanes, which means these teams are still pretty even. Honestly, even though they don't have the late game or early game damage to be able
Tapi
to
late
burst down
game
the
ya, late game.
rats, RRQ Hoshi
Late
still
game RRQ
doing
kuat sih.
pretty decent on making this an even match. And if they can hold off long enough, like you mentioned, the late game is
game
going to be a
RRQ kuat.
problem. They will be able to kind of take down Zara and Ethan, especially with Ethan not having to purify. We'll be able to kind of
Tapi late game RRQ kuat sih.
the way the dragon from Bruce, who's been rotating around really well with this show. You already seen the showcase right there. High mobility team so far for the composition of RQ Hoshi.
Yeah, the RRQ Hoshi have the initiation. They have the show. They have. I mean, sometimes Benedetta can
Kalau
initiate.
tapi
even,
kayaknya
and,
lawan
that's
susah emang
what
PH sih
they're
ini. AP
doing. They're
Brand sih.
trying to initiate and make a kill, and it will eventually work.
Oh, banana kecepit,
That's
Cok.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you've seen the Electrofana blow up.
Masih bisa lepas,
Tier
sih.
1. Skylar
Oh.
will find one off screen though on
Masih
the
bisa
top
lepas tuh
side.
banana.
Bebex is going to clear the bot one.
Banana
An
bisa
objective
lepas.
going to both
Mereka
teams
maksa lot,
so
mereka
far.
maksa lot,
Lord
mereka
has
maksa lot.
spawned in and aggro has
Mereka
been
maksa lot,
pulled.
mereka maksa lot, guys.
Looks
Mancing
like
doang,
Team
mancing doang.
LiLGUN may go for this objective. Are going to
Mancing
shift
doang,
focus
mancing
to the
doang.
mid lane though, as they almost get
Mancing
lost
doang,
their
mancing doang.
tier 1 turret.
Ah, maksa lot ini. Real maksa lot.
I mean,
Maksa lot,
I guess
maksa lot mereka.
all the tier, all turrets gonna
Masalah
fall
mereka.
if the Lord is taken here.
Mereka
I mean,
maksa
at
lot,
least
cuy.
3 of
Sekarang-
them.
sekarang di atas,
my
Cok.
guess.
Sekarang di atas, Cok. Ini adu
Both
hat-trick loh,
teams
sumpah.
getting ready to fight it out.
Ini adu
Lord
hat-trick
at
banget
about
tuh ini.
25% HP. Look at Cho with the concealed play.
Dapat Ira, Cok. Gila, retri Ira, Cok. Gacor gini, jir. Retri Ira, Cok. Rata dong. Rata tapi. Rata kan? Ira sama, Cok. Skylar datang. Blazy duet from Skylar. Gak. Masih aman. Objektifnya menang RRQ. Objektifnya menang RRQ. Objektifnya menang RRQ, cuy. Objektifnya menang RRQ.
And Barats used his
RRQ objektif
ultimate on
banget,
the
Jir.
show, but missed the smite though, and Chu kinda interrupted him. So that's kinda cool. I guess he's trying
Biarin
was
sih
trying
tapi.
to use the way of the dragon on the Barats to not let him retribution, but
Gila sih emang.
this kind of
Wah,
initiation was
retri
still enough.
ini retri Irat gacor juga, Cok.
Get the positioning from Jin Saints right
Yeah,
there.
they got that
Go
all
ahead and
good,
hide in that bush on that purple buff. They did trade though, even though they RQ Hoshi got that Lord. Team LiLGUN was able to clear that tier 1 turret in the mid lane, which is I would say a fair enough trade as long as they can kind of defend this Lord. They don't
Wah, gila
lose
sih,
much
betul
from
ya,
that
boleh, Cok.
engagement, but they open up the opportunity to
Aduh,
invade.
lihat
But
kemakan,
speaking
Cok.
of invasion, a little bit
Mati,
too
Rat.
overextended.
Busko
and
nih
Bruce
kemakan aja,
getting
kayak
caught in a
Rat.
lot of CC, may not be able to get out
sakit
of
banget,
there.
Cok, sakit
Lions
banget,
on the
Cok.
chase. Able to shut him down.
Mana nggak kelihatan, mana nggak kelihatan, aduh. Mana nggak kelihatan.
Echo going out, 4 members caught with the action.
Tapi dapat loh towernya. Objek towernya dapat loh. Objektif towernya dapat itu. Wah, hampir tuh akhir mati Vexana itu.
Yeah, I think RRQ Hoshi are in position they wanna be because they have this Novaria, Benedetta, and Claude, which is like super high mobility
main
heroes
objektif
who can
ini.
clear the lanes. So
Main objektif banget.
our composition are like they want to be 5 people stacked up, one on top of another, and
langsung beli NOD,
RRQ
Cok.
Hoshi are going to split
langsung beli
with them,
NOD,
in
Jir.
my opinion, because of the mobility
Dia
heroes.
objektif
And now
banget sih itu.
is the stage
Ini RRQ objektif banget
they
sih ini.
gonna shine.
Yeah, and you are going to already see a 4-kill lead for the side of Team LiLGUN.
Tuh,
Down
kayaknya
by
Karik tank
1,000.
Tapi bisa ini gak sih, bisa
We are
pecah
looking
gak
at
sih
RRQ Hoshi
sama
leading by one
Claude,
turret as
Karik?
well. But
Karik
still
tank.
overall a pretty close game.
Claude
Now
ini
at that
sakit banget
12-minute
sih.
mark, you are seeing some of the
Tapi
items
kalau
being
Claude udah
populated on
pegang
the
Skylar
screen
sih
so far.
gak usah
Rosen
diragukan
side,
lagi sih, itu
Fred
sakitnya
alongside
kayak
the
apa
Demon
anjir.
Sword and the Golden Staff just picked up the Windtalker. Definitely getting to that late game build needed.
Dapetin tower atas, dapetin
to
tower
kind of
atas,
burst down
dapetin
this
tower
barrage.
atas.
Yeah,
Nah,
they,
dapatkan tower atas.
surely they're gonna try to burst barrage, but I think
RRQ
this
mainnya objektif banget, Cok.
this start of the fight when Chu just ulting the Estes or the Vixana probably is going to RRQ Hoshi going to try to start this way fight.
Objektif banget ini RRQ, sumpah,
Burst
objektif
down
banget.
fast one target and then like kind of 5
Wah,
versus
ini
4
lot lagi sih.
slowly grinding.
Kayaknya lot lagi sih. RRQ mau main cepat kayaknya.
And you see both teams getting ready. Lord is going to spawn in.
Tapi boleh-boleh sih,
again.
cowok
Last
cowok
one
Busko
to
boleh-boleh,
RQ
Jir.
Hoshi. Can
Gila,
Team
cowok
LiLGUN
Busko boleh-boleh,
defend this
sumpah.
and take
Boleh-boleh
this
boleh sih,
objective?
emang.
If not, RQ Hoshi may be
Emang
able to
ini
start
harusnya improve
working on
banget ya,
opening
Cok.
up their base and taking some of
Dengan
the
bawa
inhibitors.
2 PH
As
ini
you are seeing
chemistry-nya
both
dapat
teams
banget.
trying to pull the aggro.
Wah, Hirat
Big
kemakan,
knock of
Hirat
Death
kemakan,
as well
Hirat
from
kemakan.
Connected Zara
Busko. Yang lagging, bangsat.
with
Woi,
the
woi,
set.
woi, 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 woi.
Well, knockups on
Bisa,
the
bisa.
way. G-Kun
Lotnya, lotnya.
rushing in.
Retri.
But Erad will
Retri
close
Irat,
the board
cowok.
again for
Rata.
RQ Hoshi.
Rata.
Bigger gods.
Retri Irat, Cok. Gila, Retri Irat gacor, jing. Wah, Retri Irat gacor, Cok. Retri Irat. Gila, Retri Irat, Cok.
Number following this, Octa takes down Aizen, 3 members down for Team LiLGUN. Still rushing in, trying to get the game ender, trying to close this out. It did take out that Lord. Maybe
Wah, Retri Irat gigi, jing.
be able to do it as now
Rata,
goes
Cok,
over the
mereka,
mid lane.
anjing.
Ooh, what
Irat goblok, kenapa urat goblok? Irat tolol.
a fight. Chu again used flicker and the ultimate
Wait,
was
I like
on the
you.
carry and the purify works super
Reverse, tiba-tiba nge-lag anjing. Aneh banget dah gue nontonin itu tuh. Sabar, reverse
shot
bentar ya.
people, but not
Reverse bentar, Cok. Nge-lag banget, Cok, bangsat.
working out.
Wah,
Yeah,
gigi
you're
si
gonna
Retri
go
Irat.
ahead and see
Boleh-boleh sih,
Team
coy.
LiLGUN now forced in
Bisa,
their
bisa.
base. Both teams
Susah sih,
trying to
Mas,
fight it out.
Dapetin objektif
Will
aja sih.
RQ
Dapetin
Hoshi
objektif
be
aja.
able to take this one? Team LiLGUN trying to hold him off,
Oh, boleh-boleh
trying to
sih,
stop
Irat.
this Lord from making his way into the base. This is
Oke,
Luminous,
oke,
though.
oke.
Skylar able to take the inhibitor on the
Hampir tuh
top
Skylar
side.
hampir mati,
One
nih.
more turret to
Dapat
go
dapat
for a possible
gak
game
apa-apa,
ender
tahu
in
cepol.
game 1.
Oke, masih aman, tahu
Group stage A.
cepol banyak mereka. Tinggal tahu mid doang itu.
There are chances, but this is the point
gila sih,
when
tapi tadi
actually
warnanya
Team
kayaknya bagus
LiLGUN
sih
is
tadi.
like can't be split pushed at the base, so maybe
Wah,
if
gila,
they
Cok.
hold up for
Ini
like
Irat
some
2 kali
extra
dapat plat loh,
3
bro.
or
Gila sih,
minutes,
emang
maybe they gonna farm
kekurangan
some
RRQ dari season kemarin tuh
damage,
cuman
and, I mean,
Cloud doang, Cok.
basically they need to start bursting down.
Masalah Retri
someone.
doang. Emang itu doang
Yeah,
masalahnya.
you are going to go ahead and see RQ
Dari
Hoshi versus
season
Team LiLGUN
kemarin
so
tuh emang
far. Working in
satu
RQ
retri
Hoshi's favor. A
Kalau
lot of the
season
items
12
are
kemarin
showcasing
ya,
on the board so far.
satu
Anti-heal picked
retri
up
sih.
from the
Kayaknya
Varia trying to find a
tapi
way to
Okta
counter
bagus
this
banget sih.
Estes.
Okta kayaknya ya kaptennya Okta sih. Menurut gue kaptennya Okta sih di sini sih. Tapi kalau nggak salah kaptennya Okta sih. Sumpah kenapa nge-lag sih,
You are
Cok?
looking at choking at the dominance.
Kenapa sih harus nge-lag terus? Kenapa sih harus nge-lag terus? Ya Allah. Wih, sumpah ya.
From here,
Kenapa harus
because, you
nge-lag
know, every
anjing?
fight
Sumpah gue lama-lama anjing, kenapa harus nge-lag sih anjing?
Claude has this ability to
Soal kenapa sih pecah-pecah mulu babi? Capek banget gue.
like ult in the
Masa internet gue kurang
late
kenceng anjing?
stages of the fight, which you don't want to be
Masa internet gue kurang
happening
kenceng sih, guys.
every single time, because like Benedetta starts
Uh,
damaging
Diajak
people.
B1, Cok,
Varia-
diajak B1, Cok. Hampir. Sumpah, please lah, jangan nge-lag lah babi.
damaging people, and only then Cloud is jumping in to like kind of finish all
Gulat
of them
lagi sih
off.
ini.
You don't wanna see
Gulat lagi,
their
gulat lagi, guys.
this
Gulat lagi
because
nih,
it's
gulat lagi, guys.
pretty hard to
Oh
defend.
shit, sakit banget, Cok.
Yeah,
Aduh,
you are going
gulat
to go
lagi
ahead
nih.
and see both teams getting ready
Udah
for
gulat
this
lagi nih,
next
dah,
crucial
gulat
objective.
lagi nih, dah.
Luminous Lord will
Udah
spawn
gulat
in
lagi
the
nih,
next 4 seconds. And we were able to see RQ Hoshi for the most part take this with little
Tapi
to
kalau
no problem,
mereka
able to win these
game
5v5
kedua masih
engagements, but it looks like Team
lepas
LiLGUN
Claude
is going
Skylar
to try and
sih.
contest this. They know
Berani
everything
banget
is on the
mereka.
line right here, and they need this objective in order to turn this game on the backside.
Soalnya Skylar dari tadi
Meanwhile,
belum ke
third
pick off,
Lord
Cok.
is going in. It's not like Luminous Lord, like level 3
dapet.
Lord. Oh, and again,
Dapet.
Flicker and the Veil, the Dragon
Biarin
used
tapi.
on the CC. Immediately Vengeance popped out and
Waduh,
going
bahaya
back
sih,
to
bahaya sih.
disengage.
Busko.
Yeah, a little bit of a
Bahaya.
disengage. RQ Hoshi, Team
Pakai
LiLGUN.
server Singapura aja.
Getting ready for this
Kalau
battle.
bisa udah gue
6
pakai kalau
HP
sumpah. Kalau bisa
for
gue
the
pakai
Lord.
anjing.
But on the top side, Benedetta doing a really good
Masalahnya
job
ini mainnya
of,
di Rusia,
splitting
Kong.
these
Emang
lanes. It's gonna
kalau bisa
force
pindah
them
udah
to,
gue pindahin,
finish
Kong,
off.
sumpah.
You're going to see the Vexana go back to try and clear these minions, which will open up
sakit
the
banget, Cok.
opportunity in terms of numbers for
Sakit
RQ
banget
Hoshi.
sih itu.
As the Lord is very low.
Wah, itu kan.
maybe
Aduh, gak
with
dapet, Cok.
Retribution, able to
Gak
take
dapet,
it for
dapet.
Team LiLGUN. First Lord of the
Skylar
day for
datang.
them. And mortality has been proc. Blazing Duet from Skylar into
Skylar
Zara.
sakit banget, Cok.
Into the full 5-man team.
Anjir,
Team LiLGUN Octa.
Banana. Let's go 2 orang.
Let the fight blood going
Nyawa
down.
sedikit, Cok.
Jenna Saint with a huge play.
Kemakan duluan tadi,
And the
kemakan duluan.
turnaround Team
go.
LiLGUn.
Kemakan duluan.
Didn't went
Masih
for
bisa
the finish up.
reset.
Wow, such a good
Reset,
fight. But I guess
sabar.
like RRQ Hoshi should went for the kills, I think.
Masih bisa.
And,
Sabar.
Super good. Like
Sabar,
Benedetta
RRQ, sabar.
went for
Sabar,
the
RRQ
people
ya.
at the
RRQ
end,
sabar,
but didn't quite
sabar.
finish them off and just safely went back because there's a Lord to death on top of that. Just look at that.
Sabar, RRQ,
free
sabar.
from the Estes completely
RRQ
dodging
terjauh,
all of the
sabar.
damage from the Claude, make him survive of this. I wonder if Claude build anti-heal here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm wondering as well.
Balik.
As you are going to go ahead and see
Lotnya lot 18, Cok. Lumayan
possible
sakit itu.
seeds for the base to turn
Bahaya sih
around
ini,
from Team
18 soalnya.
LiLGUN. A
Nggak,
love
mereka
set
mundur.
on the way.
Mereka nggak mau
But you
maksa.
are going to see
Mereka nggak
Asher
mau
go
maksa.
out. They are going to disengage.
Masih aman,
Not going to go
masih
in
aman.
for that inhibitor turret.
Oke,
And
masih
now,
aman, cuy. Masih aman.
this is an even game.
Mereka nggak mau maksa
Anybody
nge-N.
can take
Mereka
this
nggak mau
match.
maksa N. Aman,
Yeah,
masih aman.
that's
Mereka nggak mau
Lord.
maksa N.
Like they always going for this 50-50
Mereka nggak
Lord.
mau maksa
I
N.
don't know. Why don't just they fight
Mereka nggak mau
on
maksa N
the
tuh.
full HP, kinda trying to get 1-2 person and then kinda bait Lord and attack the team instead of going of this like 50-50 retribution every
Mereka nggak mau
time.
maksa N. Masih sabar.
Yeah, you know, but they do have the Benedetta for, and like I said, they have a lot of mobility for the side of RQ Hoshi, so they can split push.
Masih
It's the
sabar.
right
Oh,
idea,
shit.
but they were not able to
Kuncinya
get
sih emang di carry doang.
Zara away from that
Kayaknya juga
Lord. We
pakai
talked about
purify
his
dia.
sustainability, especially
Udah
running
susah
this
di build
Barats.
up.
You're looking at him very heavy with the Guardian helmet, the anti-Cuirass, the Athena shield, and the dominant sides to be able to protect himself. And then Estes to keep him alive has those additional healing
Estesnya
effects
sih
from
paling
the
nggak,
Flash
Estesnya sih
of Oasis to top that off. And it has been a problem. I mean, they don't really have anybody to
Kubu
kind of
Barat
push him back.
Estesnya
They
udah season
have
berapa,
Irad
Cok?
on this Fredrin to be able to get
Barat
the
Estes
knockup
tuh
and an
dari
energy eruption
zaman
for a possible,
M3 ya sih?
stun. But
Iya,
Zara
yang
pretty
pakai
much
off-mic.
has
Oh,
free
cuy,
range
sakit
when it
banget,
comes to
Cok.
kind of being that bully.
Udah
inside of
udah
these
buka ulti
neutral
itu.
zones.
Yeah, it's working out, but what you can
sakit
see like
banget, Cok.
the
Kalau
classics,
Skylar sakit
the
banget loh.
classics is
Sumpah, itu bisa
like
rata, Cok.
the pop train strategy versus split push strategy. Like these are the classics of the all MOBA, I guess. The pop train versus the split push.
Yeah, now you're going to go ahead and see both teams getting ready again for the next neutral objective. I wonder who will be able to take this one. This may actually be the possible game ender. We're now sitting at 20
Sabar.
minutes. This is
Sabar,
officially the
sabar.
late game.
Masih
This is
bisa,
longer than
masih
what we
bisa,
typically
tenang.
see even on the North American scene. Most of our matches are like 14, 15 minutes, with some of the long ones going past the 20-minute mark. Everybody full game build with that late damage. RQ Hoshi, Team LiLGUN. Both of these teams need this match. This is a best of 3. And this will definitely give them a huge advantage for a possible sweep. as
Ini kalau
the
dapat lot
Lord
bisa N
spawns
sih.
in.
Kalau dapat lot bisa N ini. Kalau dapat lot bisa
I
N.
agree with this one.
Kalau dapat lot
I
bisa
kind
N.
of thinking that Fredrin is not
Kalau dapat lot bisa
fit
N.
very good in the RRQ Hoshi team composition. What do you think about it?
Yeah,
dapat lot
I
bisa
think
N sih,
the
harusnya.
composition is definitely interesting. I mean, I feel like it's kind of working out for both sides, though. Like I said, it's
Sebenarnya
not
di
really
atas, Cok.
a one-sided
Bisa
story.
split push loh itu. Itu
I would have
bahayanya
expected
split push
the
N loh
Barat
itu.
staff had a little bit
Itu
more
dua
pressure in the
objektif loh,
early
Cok. Itu
phase,
bahaya
but it looks like
Skylar
RQ Hoshi was
backdoor
able
loh
to
itu.
make up with her
Udah
macro
udah
and their
udah
micro.
clear minion loh.
With the Lord spawn,
Itu bahayanya
down
di backdoor
50%
sih.
HP, you are going to see Irad
Bahayanya
on
di
the
backdoor,
aggro.
Cok,
Some
mereka.
good split pushing from Genesante, though, on the bot side, running this Benedetta. You see him kind of
Bahayanya di
camping on
backdoor,
that
Cok.
purple buff, waiting for the opportunity to kind of split this lane. And maybe an actual backdoor play if Team LiLGUN is not careful.
Oh, the Benedetta might go for the throw. No. It's just a bait. She's just waiting. And yeah, RRQ Hoshi are doing the absolutely
Sabar,
right
sabar.
thing because you
Harap
don't want to
sabar,
engage 5 versus 5 like straight up bold fight. You want to like kind of kind of split them up a little bit to make this like quick attack with the Chu and the Flicker, or Benedetta elect the final blow with Petrify.
Yeah, with the floor spawned in, Irad again pulling the aggro, trying to bait Team LiLGUN to take this engagement. A little bit of a knockup. Dozara taking the
Sakit
fight
banget.
very low though.
Skylar, sakit banget, Cok.
Skylar take him down.
Sakit
Big
banget,
play,
jir.
as they won't have the retribution to be able to contest
Nggak
this.
bisa sih, dapat
RRQ
nih.
Hoshi, though,
Bisa dapat laut sini.
may go in for the
Wah,
fight, but look at the Benedetta.
ditabrak, Cok, ditabrak,
On
Cok,
the
ditabrak,
base,
ditabrak, guys.
may go for the back door.
Tabrak.
Skylar trying to hold him from
Tabrak.
getting back.
Dah,
Not allowed
ditabrak
nobody
itu.
to recall. Benedetta
and,
now on the base. Crystal dealing some massive
Lulu banana end, Cok.
15%. 5 RRQ Hoshi back door.
Woi, mapnya gedein, woi.
One.
Cok, mapnya ketutupan apa itu, bro?
Best of 3, one step
Wah,
closer
pintar
to
banget
making
sih.
it out of the
GG sih, Cok.
stage.
Oh man, this
Kemain
is
anjing,
experience. This is experience. Like, what can I say? This is just an experienced game because I think the mistake on the team LiLGUN was that they should have so much more with the Estes and Barat's combo early game, like level 4 plus. They should force the objective so much more aggressively and take all first turrets and go on to take in second turrets. Just like I said, like they want to like 6 to 8 minutes into the game have solid gold lead, but more importantly map control, and what you wanna hold RRQ Hoshi on at the base and try to pressure this third tower, and that's how you will do this. You can't just like casually walking like this. Okay, will a little bit damage of tower here, a little bit damage tower there. No, you need to rush. Because late game it's not gonna work.
Yeah, Genesante, definitely credits to him, rotating around, getting that backdoor play. We were kind of watching him oftentimes just hiding in that purple buff bush and waiting for the opportunity to force somebody to split off these lords. And when they didn't split, hey, he just went straight to the heart of the game, shut down that base crystal. Now, not the easiest thing to pull off. You usually see a marksman kind of go for the backdoor play. But we talked about the mobility that he provided to the team with the Benedetta, and not something I really see in NA be kind of slotted in. And it's interesting seeing as meta's shifting in Indonesia, pulling out some tricks from their bag, able to get it. That is game number 1, though, for the side of RRQ Hoshi, one step closer. Like we said, this is a best of 3. And there is still a chance for Team LiLGUN to turn this around. But I do agree with you. The Barats, when there was no early game damage, I would have liked to see them kind of dominate a little bit more of that early phase. We just really didn't get to see that. And I think maybe it's just from Genesante opening up these opportunities.
Itu gue juga gue tadi jujur gak ngeh ya. Itu jujur gue udah khawatir kalau tadi itu. Itu udah kelihatan loh tadi. Itu tadi ya udah kelihatan coy. Itu udah kelihatan badannya di atas sama Skylar kan. Pikir wah ini bahayanya bakal di end nih. Lu perkiraan udah gitu coy. Beneran end anjing. Beneran end coy. Lu perkiraan loh tadi itu. Halo bang, gila RRQ. Ya gila coy RRQ jir. Gila gameplaynya gila banget. Gacor coy. Retri Irat boleh-boleh sih. Retri Irat boleh-boleh sih. Retri Irat GG sih. Gue emang kekurangan RRQ season kemarin emang jungler sih. Season kemarin tuh udah bagus cuy. Cuman min 1 jungler doang emang. Season kemarin udah bagus, cuman min 1 jungler doang. Dan ini Okta belum kelihatan sih ya. Maksudnya belum kelihatan sebagus apa ya main mid-lane-nya Okta ya, tapi udah oke sih menurut gue. Okta gak ke-pick off loh cuy. Okta gak ke-pick off cuy. GG banget sumpah ini kalau sampai ya. Kalau sampai juara sih gila sih. Fik Clay camat anjing. Kalau sampai ini RRQ juara cuy. Clay Fik camat anjing. Fik Clay camat cuy. Flick kalau sampai juga, tapi Okta tuh hero poolnya tuh lebih banyak daripada Clay cuy. Kayak pernah pakai Terizlami, terus banyak lah. Okta lebih banyak sih hero-nya. Gue tadi gak lihat loh, sumpah gue tadi gak lihat. Banana gue udah khawatir Banana di atas kan. Itu makanya mereka bingung coy. Mau warlord tapi tiba-tiba di end, beneran di end dong itu. Artinya gacor anjir, iya gacor cok, emang gak salah cok beli mahal-mahal anjir. Ya udah minus RRQ dari season kemarin gak sih emang jungler itu? Jungler udah minus RRQ dari season kemarin gak sih emang? Emang minus RRQ season kemarin emang jungler cok. Bayangin cok, mereka musuhnya aja ini cok pakai draft rank anjing.
taking
Itu
out
musuhnya
Earth
pakai
Striker.
draft
Also
rank loh,
had
Cok,
a
itu.
really good game, rotating around and had some big G-Condos.
Itu draft rank banget loh itu. Tapi, Claude Skylar tuh sakit banget sih, sumpah. Gila, Cok. Padahal gue udah di rank, udah jarang nemu Claude, Cok. Tiba-tiba Skylar pakai Claude. Walaupun di nerf ya, Claude tapi masih sakit banget ternyata, cuy. Wah, ini kalau game 2 sih harusnya ya, kalau Claude Skylar masih dilepas sih, wah udah gak tahu lagi sih gue. Malah terlalu berani mereka. Ini kalau sampai Claude Skylar dilepas lagi, udah Vic menang 2-0. Udah ada Vic menang 2-0 sih. Kalau Claude Skylar dilepas lagi Vic 2-0 sih ini. Vic 2-0. Kalau Claude Skylar dilepas lagi Vic 2-0 nih. Kalau ini kalau kata gue kalau Claude Skylar dilepas lagi Vic 2-0. Kata gue Vic 2-0. Kalau dilepas lagi ya. Iya, karena kalau dilepas lagi. Kalau sakit banget, Cok, loadingnya sumpah. Wah, itu gacor banget sih anjir. Banana juga oke sih game ini. Banana udah bandnya oke sih game ini sih, nggak oleng-oleng banget sih. Oke lah game ini oke lah ya. Belum tuh di push, Cok. Gue aja gak ngeh anjir tadi. Gue udah feeling, Cok, itu Banana di atas ya. Mereka mau bingung mau warlock apa jaga two head gitu, jaga base gitu. Ya beneran anjir. Anjir di end beneran loh, sumpah. Udah predik aja gue.
Regular minions even without Lord.
Yeah, and speaking of RRQ Hoshi, there goes the MVP himself, Skylar.
MVP aja Skylar, Cok. Udah ada 2-0 aja dah, udah 2-0 aja mau makan. Terus gue live lagi. Udah 2-0 aja ini mah.
His execution on the BMIs and the Blazing Duet really kind of made the difference in a lot of these neutral engagement fights.
That's not a lot. It's like impossible high. Imagine like 15k gold per minute. Game would end it probably in like 5 minutes. But yeah, I would like to take to give a credit on Skylar, because not every time you can see the Claude who's actually start to play from like early game, because he's pretty much rotated from the gold lane to the bot lane to finish up Estes. Like, where can you see this? Because Claude is kind of useless until he get like Demon Hunter Sword and the golden staff, but this Claude is probably like ganking up with just a boot. And it's enough for him.
Well, if he was getting 15,000 gold per minute, I think he would have had full build in like.
Ya kasih 2-0 aja gak sih?
That was overall, guys. That wasn't.
Ya kasih 2-0 aja gak sih, Bos? Kasih 2-0 aja.
Yeah, I mean obviously, we just had fun.
Yeah, that was definitely funny though to be able to see that. Really, just a good game. I want to see how Team LiLGUN kind of responds to this. Like we said, we don't want to see one-sided stories or see these sweeps. This is Group Stage A though. Not every team is going to make it out. One team will fall out of games of future before we progress on to the next phase. So, Team LiLGUN is definitely going to have to step up their energy for round 2 if they want to have a chance to compete in here, because now they're sitting at match point for RRQ Hoshi for a chance for a sweep.
Yeah, you know, in my opinion, for now, from analysis from game 1, I would say that draft doesn't matter at this point, because RRQ Hoshi seems like to play much more faster game. They are one like class above Team LiLGUN.
Kasih 2-0 aja, LiLGUN.
Draft is not that big of a deal. It seems like Team LiLGUN are hesitating with their decisions. They like not going all in or not going all the way back, which is RRQ. They committed to one decision. They like go all in this decision. They not double thinking because it's too slow. They just doing and then retreating, just going in, going out, and LiLGUN are like kind of, should we go? No, we shouldn't go. And this is like not gonna work. They need to switch this particular thing to match up RRQ Hoshi tempo, and
ayo lagi 2-0 saja, 2-0
RRQ can draft anything they want.
Nggak usah lama-lama, kasih aja 2-0.
Team LiLGUN in the beginning for the first turtle, they were able to kind of take it, and I thought they were going to be online to be able to keep pushing forward and have full control of the early game, but like you said, not being able to make a
kasih 2-0
concise
aja lah
decision
sih, Cok.
between the
Lu
entire
kode
team
Skylar dilepas
kinda
lagi sih.
costed them on a lot of these
Terlalu
neutral
berani mereka,
engagements,
anjing.
as you are seeing again.
Kalau kode Skylar
Skylar
dilepas lagi
with a
sih,
strong presence
terlalu berani
inside of
banget
that
mereka.
gold lane. But also, I
Asli
want
dah.
to paint some pictures into Genesante, right? The
Yeah.
dude was a menace with the Benedetta in those rotations. Had a really good match. But we also got to look at the mid lane, right? They had the Nabaria, who doesn't really often get that much credit. But when you use those Astro Echoes to slow down the entire team, it does have such a strong impact. Even though he's not getting the kills, he's racking up those assists and also making it easier to be able to take down the members of Team LiLGUN, which was giving them a hard time pushing into these neutral objectives, especially with the Barats, who's kind of frontline heavy, who has to kind of rush in before the team. And oftentimes, you were seeing him get bursted down first. Inside of these Lord fights, especially with Skylar getting all that gold and getting those core items nice and early to be able to deal that massive damage output.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And you know, the Novaria ult shines even more when she ult and immediately team follow up with the initiation. And they are using this information right away, and that's how it should be played.
Yeah, definitely should be played. And like you said, a couple of things have to change for game number 2 if Team LiLGUN wants to have a chance to stay in here. Number 1, have a stronger early game presence, right? Try and focus on making RQ Hoshi uncomfortable. You see, once they find their groove, once they find their rhythm, they're very hard to stop. It started being more of a one-sided story when RQ Hoshi was able to kind of zone out these neutral objectives. Number 2, stop the side lanes. Find a way to disrupt Skylar's synergy. Try and stop him from getting a lot of gold, especially early in the game, to deal that massive damage. Maybe going and getting a gank. Trading a turtle possibly for a kill in the gold lane could delay that from even happening. But then also, in the XP lane, find a way to rotate with Genesante. Either have a high mobility XP laner that can keep up with him, or be a lane bully to force him to not moving out of that lane.
Yeah, a lot of things might work for the team. I feel like if the Team LiLGUN picks something else, not Vixana, but more like constantly damaging hero, maybe Lunox, like, I don't know, maybe. But Vixana seems like a support hero, but LiLGUN was lacking damage a little bit, so they should probably have something like Aurora, Lunox, like some steady damage. It felt like they might be able to kind of counter-attack more, because even though Team LiLGUN had this team composition, 5 people, like super strong tanky setup, RRQ Hoshi still initiate on them with the Cho or with the Alecto Final Blow Petrify and the Novaria ult combo, and they being bullied. but they the one who should bully, so that's kind of counterintuitive.
Guys, dia ambil makan bentar ya guys ya.
I want to see kind of how this
Lapar,
kind
Cok.
of plays into game number 2.
Guys, dia ambil makan bentar ya. Lapar
This is the
wicing.
best of 3, so there's a possibility for
Sabar,
that
guys, dia ambil
sweep
makan
out there.
bentar. Lapar,
Especially for the first series of the day. That's a bold statement from the
Lapar,
side of
guys,
RQ
sumpah.
Hoshi if they can pull that off. And I expect them to be even more aggressive jumping into this game. And there's a lot of things that they did right there. Their early game, they lost the first neutral objective, didn't get that turtle, but they're able to make up for it from rotating around the lanes. You often see them trade a turtle or a lord for a turret. And I think that was some really good trade-offs to be able to not go for those neutral objectives that a lot of teams don't really go in for. So they're keeping Team LiLGUN on their toes. The further this match goes, I can't wait to see how Team LiLGUN responds. I do expect them to kind of pick it up a little bit. I wouldn't say that RQ Hoshi just completely annihilated them or dominated them. I just think they did slightly better on the rotations for the side laners, which made the massive difference for the neutral engagement. So if we can see Team LiLGUN kind of pick up their momentum, their mobility, it may be a little bit of a better outcome for them, as we are now jumping into game number 2 for the first series of the day. Team LiLGUN all the way out from Mongolia up against RRQ Hoshi. Currently match point and a possible sweep if Team LiLGUN does not stay on their toes.
Yeah, and the bans are pretty similar from the last games. Nolan and Arlot being closed up, Matilda straight away being banned by the RRQ Hoshi on the first ban. The mobility heroes being banned and the uncomfortable RRQ Hoshi are showed that they absolutely understand how to use the mobility on their hero to gain maximum advantage from it. And we'll see how Team LiLGUN going to adapt and what is their response is going to be.
I'm expecting RRQ Hoshi to ban out the Minotaur again. I mean, this is similar to the last match with the bans in terms of RRQ Hoshi. Actually, exact same for both sides. So possibly a Minotaur ban may be on the way. It's probably like a comfort ban that they know Team LiLGUN likes to run. So there is going to open up some of the favorite picks. Maybe we see the Benedetta again. It definitely worked out.
Makan guys ya, lapar
Very
banget.
hard to keep up with. The Claude, if Skylar can pick that up, I think he executes well on that. And it looks like they're not going to ban it out. They do go in for the Navaria, though. We've talked about the Navaria not really being talked about that much or heroes last game, but it had a heavy impact.
Masih gak di-ban sih,
The
GG
slow
banget sih
that
dia.
it was providing and also the massive damage output that the team would be able to input from that
Makan, guys.
that slow CC. So
Lapar lagi.
jumping into this, like we said, a couple of adjustments to the ban phase for the side of Team LiLGUN.
And the Green River again, like it's pretty much the same bans except of Navaria being added to this, and Ruby is being picked straight away. So the ban of Ruby last game from RRQ Hoshi, I believe, right? And was for a reason, and Ruby being picked, like, yeah, well, let's see. I'm stoked to see what is so dangerous Ruby doing in these games that being drafted on the first pick and being banned. So I would love to see that.
I like the Ruby too. Honestly, it's something that we see in the NA scene. It's been having such a strong impact. You can flex it to the XP, you can flex it to the roam position, and it does just as well in both. But again, if they run that heavy mobility composition, Ruby has a little bit of mobility, but against the Benedetta, I'm not sure how that's going to kind of play out. But you are going to see, again, a similar pickup. The CC will be slotted in for RRQ Hoshi. But this time, the sustainability is going to be this Faramis, which will be kind of fun to watch. Now, there is a Valentina still on the table, so I'm wondering if Team LiLGUN is going to go in for that so that they can have another realm as well.
No, I don't think they Valentina, but I don't know, maybe. I feel like even Faramis would be so much better the last game, but they went with the Valentina. But you know, about Ruby, it's like kind of hero when this hero play on your side, you cannot feel her impact that good, but when you play against it, oh my god, it's like it stuns you every single time when you not want to be stunned. It's keep going with
Jadi kalau ada
the
Skylar
stuns.
lepas lagi cok.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
annoying.
you're
Ada
gonna
lepas
see
lagi
really
sih kalau ada
good
Skylar.
though. So they're going to have early game damage this side for Team LiLGUN. They are going to go in for the jungle nice and early. The Martis, we know he has the anti-CC in his kit. The motor coils definitely can be a problem hitting
Kalau
somebody with
Skylar
some
dia pas
chain
lagi
CC. And he's overall just a really good jungler for the first neutral objectives. He does fall off a little bit later in the game, which we will have to watch out for. Team LiLGUN, they had the Barak before. It was a jungle bully, but it just didn't really work out the way they kind of planned it to. And it looks like they're going to be a little bit more aggressive now with this Martis, which could possibly open the doors for them in the early game. But you are going to see RRQ Hoshi pick it up there.
Yeah, and then the Kaja is like, I don't know. we saw this hero a lot, like, you know, it reminds me the game from the Team Fire Flags when they went from Kaja and built the fleeing time like almost like first or second item, and keep using this ultimate, keep ulting, keep killing, but it didn't kind of work because when team fight appears, it's not that effective. It's effective on the solo kills, but with the team fight, like, I don't know. So I want to see how RRQ Hoshi is going to use the Kaja, because it seems like they are using heroes to their maximum potential.
Yeah, speaking of maximum potential, there goes the carry banned out. One of those more prevalent marksmans that we've been seeing this time around. And in terms of meta, like the Claude is still on the table, definitely can be picked up for either side. We've seen Skylar perform really well on it. I wonder if he's going to try and get that, since they are going to have first pick this time around, being second on the and on the red side for today's draft. Now, there's still a couple of bans on the table. Looking at Team LiLGUN, like I said, it could be flexing to the roam position or it could be XP. Either way, they can decide if they want to run a support, they can, to match up, especially against the heals that the Faramis is going to provide with the Nether Realm. Or they can go in for some more additional CC. There is no Diggy banned out. So, and there's no Minotaur actually banned out this time around, which could be a viable option if they do want to kind of last pick that and catch RQ Hoshi off guard.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, but again, mobility is kind of, I don't know. Martis is super strong hero, but when he's like being attacked and he's forced to counter attack, otherwise they need to have some, I don't know, maybe Rafaela, something like that, and because they need to fix the mobility. Ruby is not that good as well in this department. The carry and the Cloud being banned, like double marksman this time. They not play around. They taking notes and using them straight away.
Yeah, they are trying to limit some of the marksmen available. A couple of other ones that we do see sometimes sneaking up in there is the Irithel, the Natan can be a viable option. All of these still some strong picks to be able to be slotted for either side. I am watching for RQ Hoshi though, having that Kaja, that suppression. It can work, especially on the Martis, right? He's going to go in for these neutral objectives. If they can grab him right before that retribution mark, then you're going to be able to see Team LiLGUN be able to, RQ Hoshi be able to take some of these early turtles. So that is something to watch out for. And the Kaja is a counter to the Lilia, because the Lilia can use Black Shoes, be able to get all that HP back that she has lost. But if the Kaja can hit her with the Divine Judgment right beforehand, then it'll be an easy kill.
The classic, the Beatrix.
Beatrix.
Yes, it's super strong hero. Still super strong hero. Like, you know this when, some hero being nerfed just a little bit. Everybody is like, he's unplayable now. We're not going to pick him anymore. And that you can see it's not should be not treated this way, because if it's like minor fix, it's not the reason to not stop picking this hero. And Beatrix is there, and I would love to see how.
You know, I was actually interested with the Beatrix. We don't see the Beatrix that often anymore inside of the NA side of things. Honestly, it's one of the least picked marksmen. You see usually the Bruno, the Irithel, the Claude, the Carry, the Natan, all usually picked before her. So to be able to see this in the international scene, I want to see how it kind of plays out. But there it goes, the final pick on the side for Team LiLGUN. It will be the Ixia.
And the Tamus as well, and I love to see Tamus. It's like it's one of those heroes, kind of like
Lancelot
Lunox, in my perspective, because every time
Lancelot Irat
is good. Like
si paling katanya si paling prem satu hari doang. Apakah Irat akan membuktikan?
Why not everybody pick
Ya dibilang orang-orang Lancelot prem satu hari doang.
Jungle might be played as well, and the Lunox is kind of same stuff, so nobody picks it. But the Ixia, yeah, as well. It's like
yang
katanya prem satu hari doang. Tanda-tanda
sih,
guys.
Things interesting for the side of RQ Hoshi. Right before the band's draft finished, we did see Lancelot picked up, which means it's going to be Assassin in the jungle. I haven't actually got to see a Lancelot game in a minute. I want to see if he can kind of dance around with them dashes as we are going to be jumping into
kata orang-orang kan Lancelot yang prem satu hari katanya. Kata orang-orang katanya komen Irat Lancelot cuma bisa Lancelot prem satu hari. Kita lihat apakah benar Lancelot Irat yang katanya premnya cuma satu hari, guys. Let's go game kedua antara RRQ Hoshi melawan LiLGUN. Let's go.
1-1 Team LiLGUN up against RQ Hoshi.
Yes. Typical start on the
dan katanya prem cuma satu hari doang sih.
Takes as much souls as possible and succeed in this kind of things.
Tapi nge-lag anjing.
Kaja staying on the mid.
Kenapa ya kalau udah masuk game tuh nge-lag banget anjing? Aneh banget dah. Udah masuk game tuh nge-lag banget bangsat. Udah mah aman. Nge-lag banget cok, kalau udah masuk game nge-lag banget anjing. Udah masuk game tuh nge-lag banget ngintil. Aduh first blood cok.
And one more hit, Zara finds Bruce. But
very
low we got double kill. Down goes Octa.
Double kill, cok. Gak bisa itu Martis awal game.
A possible secret weapon with a Martis pickup. We talked about how much potential
Martis awal game agak
early game and 2 kills.
Terlalu ganggu banget, jing.
Yeah, this is exactly how you should use Martis.
Wah, udah.
He should use his early game advantage as
Wah,
much
Rubinya
as
udah.
possible with the
Artinya udah level 4, Cok. Wah, itu Irat kalau ketangkap
based on
busuk
any
nanti
jungle
dia mati, Cok.
on the lane pressures, and that's exactly what Team LiLGUN is doing. Wow, that's super good.
Yeah, this is definitely a different
Sumpah ya, kenapa sih?
story we've seen in game number 1.
Kalau tadi kayak nge-lag, ini nge-lag, babi.
He's definitely gonna be ahead of
Like 1.5k gold lead
Tadi aman,
already,
sekarang nge-lag
and
kontol.
working on that turtle.
Waduh, gak ada bau busuk sih.
Some extra
another
kills. Yeah,
decimation.
being
Bau
punished
busuk
for
gitu.
his curiosity.
Bau busuk sih. Kalau Martis
Yeah,
tuh emang
Curiosity killed the
Martis
cat.
power banget
Zara
kalau
killed the cat so
awal
far.
game tuh.
3-0.
This time
Side.
Martis assassin ya.
Curiosity killed the bird.
Martis awal game power
That's
banget
true,
cuy.
'cause they do have that
Masalahnya.
Kaja. And speaking of the bird, Kaja, Bruce, that's 2 deaths that he's had so far. Definitely need
dapet,
to
coy,
play
Irat,
more
anjing.
passive, especially being the roamer. He's kind of opening up the opportunity for Team LiLGUN
Wah,
to have
anjir,
a massive
boleh,
advantage in the early
boleh.
phase.
Yeah, but this Lancelot is still dangerous, even though he's kind of in a disadvantage
Dia
here,
sih.
level 5 against
Rusuh
almost
sih
level
itu.
7, and but still trying to fight for it.
ditusuk,
It's
Cok.
pretty good to
Ya,
see. And
ditusuk.
now he's going to pay for this like trying to steal.
Ruby sama Martisnya ganggu
trying
banget
to
itu.
not give the steal of this Ursa to the
Ganggu
Martis
banget
of
itu.
being punished for that. Team
Ganggu banget,
LiLGUN
Cok, ganggu
seems like they reloaded.
Yeah, and you're going to see Bruce off screen. He's going to catch Baybex. That's going to be the first kill for RRQ Hoshi.
Ganggu banget itu.
Irad finding his first death of the game. That is
Oh,
going over to
masih
Ethan
bisa sih, masih
on
bisa
the
tuh, masih
Ruby.
menit
4-1
awal.
lead, 3-kill lead for the side of Team LiLGUN, and now up by 2,000 gold. Some of those items popping
Masih
up
menit
as
awal
well.
guys, gak apa-apa. Masih menit
As you are
awal
seeing, the
tetap
Hunter
tenang.
strike or scythe be picked up
Masih
from
menit
the
awal tetap
Martis for
tenang,
that
guys.
additional pin and mobility, already being such an early aggressive jungler.
But look on the farm table. The Beatrix is dominating actually Ixia with that quite good gold lead at this point, and there's going to be a deciding factor the fight when Beatrix is going to join the fight and maybe burst somewhere.
Hampir, Cok.
Yeah, you see Baybex did pick up that corrosion scythe, so it'll be a little bit of slow alongside the Thomas. On top of that, looks like Skylar is going for that Blade of Despair. I mean, I did see a Legion sword over there, so that may be possibly what he's trying to build up. It's going to be a little bit of a higher price
Wah, Irat gak
item
dapat buff, Cok.
to be able to pull off, but once he gets in,
Matinya sih
definitely
gak
does
buat,
some massive
tapi bawa
physical
ke late
damage.
game sih.
Next turtle has been
Bisa sih
spawned in
bawa ke
though,
late game ini.
and it looks like Zara is going to go in for it. He was able to take the last one and get a kill on top of it, and it looks like RQ Hoshi won't be able to contest.
Yeah, they absolutely won't be able to contest, and the red buff is probably going to be pressured as well.
Martisnya
I want to
ganggu banget
mention
tuh.
a good dodge, the Ruby's
Martisnya ganggu
ultimate
banget.
on the Lancelot second skill, but
Waduh,
didn't
wajib.
quite result
Mati.
anything.
Aduh. Okta.
Here's the
Jansante
pressure
taking
on the
Baybex.
Ixia as well, and being slowly farmed down, and now the RRQ Hoshi are trying to come
Yeah,
back
man,
using
slow.
this
Tetap tenang guys, tetap tenang.
disadvantage on the Ixia.
Tetap tenang,
Yeah,
tetap tenang,
Ixia,
tetap
I mean,
tenang,
0,
tetap
2,
tenang.
and
Itu.
0 right there.
Tetap
Definitely
tenang.
needing to find a way to get their marksman online. Kind of struggling to find the rhythm so
Masih bisa sih.
far. You're going to go
Pokoknya
ahead and
gua
see
cuma
on
beda
the bot
1000
side,
doang.
though, Ruby going to go ahead and clear those minions. 4-2 so far. Team LiLGUN off to a great start in the early phase. RQ Hoshi now sitting on the back in this may
Beneran
be
nyicil
an even
mulu tuh
series
dia.
if they're not careful.
Nyicil
They
mulu tuh.
are sitting at
Aduh, Skylar, Cok.
So if they find the
Anjing nge-lag masa?
game ended, but I'm offended for
Ya, sekarang ke pick off, Cok.
Ethan finds Skylar.
Wih, kintil kenapa nge-lag pas gini anjing, woi? Sumpah.
You're going to see them still battling it out inside of the tier 1 turret.
Dapat
Rose going
ini
down.
dapat.
The dash in, but no Phantom
Wow, the
execution to take down.
initiation.
Halo
The
Ferry.
initiation
Halo,
is so
halo.
good, just like Cho last game. He's kind of vengeance having his.
Halo Ferry,
vengeance
apa
on
kabar
this one.
Ferry?
But
Oh, ditusuk sih,
prioritizing the most
ditusuk
important
sih.
target, which is
Beneran
Beatrix,
ditusuk,
ultim
Cok.
plus flicker, and
Ditusuk,
immediately
ditusuk, anjing.
follow up with all his team. And
Ditusuk dapat dua.
this is a
Hampir,
bad
Cok.
news for RRQ
Untung, Cok.
Hoshi.
Pas momennya pas anjing.
Zara able to take down.
Namanya
Bruce.
mau
Almost
kaget,
able to get
anjing.
another-
Gak ada kaget-kaget di
another
sini.
realm. That's a saving grace keeping Jansante alive right there.
Oh,
But
agak
you're looking
ke-pressure
at
sini.
Zara with a really good start.
Soalnya di bawah late game sih ini.
0 and 2 on the
Agak ke
marks.
pressure ini RRQ. Soalnya di bawah
Yeah,
late game
that's
cuy ini.
exactly what you want
Agak
to see
pressure
on
ini.
the Martis, and whew, let's see. But as you mentioned,
Martisnya ganggu banget masalahnya itu.
To start to play with the gold, and
Martis tuh enak banget kalau musuhnya gak ada yang keras tuh enak banget, coba. Kalau gak ada yang keras Martis tuh enak banget, coba. Tinggal tusuk-tusuk doang dia.
With the other one is the Ixia. Need to start farming. Otherwise, this domination not gonna be there for a long time because it will be a point when Ixia need to like one-shot people with her ultimate.
Kamera.
Yeah, you're looking at a 4,000 gold lead so far for the side
sepakat,
of Team
Cok.
LiLGUN,
Gak bisa,
and
Cok.
that's increasing
Bisa ke sini,
the
guys,
further we
bisa,
go
guys.
inside of this game. RRQ Hoshi need to find a way to
Bisa,
pump
guys,
the
bisa,
brakes
guys.
on
Cok.
their momentum right now. As you're going to see Zara take the next turtle with little to no contest, giving them a massive XP boost right now, which means when it comes to these team
Udah
fights,
beda
you're going to see Team
5.000,
LiLGUN
Jing.
just do a little bit better, especially with Zara, with how much he already has on his plate, sitting at 5,700 gold, highest gold in this
21
game
gitu.
for their jungler. Beatrix right behind him with 53 though, definitely ahead of the Ixia.
Masanya sekali kalah ya langsung turun, Cok. Langsung turun perebutan juara 3, coy.
But you are seeing the
Jadi
battle of
kaku
the
banget,
invasion
Cok.
over the purple buff. Zara going in for it. Irad not going to be able to. No, he looks like he was.
Masanya kalau kalah ya langsung turun lower, Cok. Turun lower itu pun langsung juara dari juara 3 gak bisa masuk final. Jadi kalau mau masuk final emang menang-menang terus ini harusnya.
Exactly what she should do in this position of not power. No position of power here from RRQ Hoshi, but if they manage to hold up for like 6-7 minutes additional, I mean, not 6-7 minutes, I mean basically it's one fight.
Agak ini sih.
If Team LiLGUN lose one fight, they might come back
Sekarang kejepit,
here.
Cok.
But
Sekarang kejepit.
Yeah, as the battle on the way.
Ditarik, Cok,
A
3 orang.
siege for the tier 2 turn, the proxy of the lane. Massive damage goes
Tarik,
out.
Cok. Gak
Orbit
bisa,
takes
gak
down
bisa.
Zara, gets another.
Gak bisa,
Finds
guys, gak bisa, guys.
Skylar. And
Gak
now
bisa.
we'll be able to take this tier 2 turn on the bot side, but in the mid lane, pay attention to Irad.
Gak
Trying to
bisa,
go in,
guys,
trying to find a trade.
Skylarnya
Bebex will find a
ketarik
turret off screen
terus,
as
Cok, dia.
well.
That's exactly
Gak ada yang
what
pakai
they are
puri loh,
doing
gak ada yang
in
pakai
terms
puri
of,
fresh
like,
soalnya.
aggressive defense, like you know they Team LiLGUN killing RRQ Hoshi people, but the Lancelot trying to
Tapi
even
sabar,
them
ini
out
RRQ,
and,
bro,
like,
sabar.
split push defense,
bisa
don't
sih
let
soalnya.
them get the objectives because of
Wah,
that.
itu gak di rank, gak di turnamen emang Martis tuh jago banget anjing.
Right thing to do to kind of drag the game a little bit.
Gak di rank, gak turnamen
Or
Martis
more
jago
minutes.
banget sih. Tapi
Yeah, and right
kalau
now,
bisa
RRQ
dapat
Hoshi
lot
trying
sih,
to hold off Team LiLGUN from
bisa
claiming
comeback
even
sih
more
harusnya.
real estate on today's match. Off to a great start with a 6-kill lead and also up by 5,000
masih bisa, guys,
gold
masih
as
bisa,
this
guys.
word spawns in.
Kita
So
objektif
far, we
masih
haven't
bisa,
been able to
guys.
see Team RRQ Hoshi be able to take
Masih bisa objektif,
any of these
objektif.
neutral objectives. Team LiLGUN just getting everything they came for, not asking any questions, and just handling their business at every stage of the early game. Can we see
ditarik,
RRQ
dapat satu.
Hoshi turn
Nice!
around?
Dapat
Right
Lilia,
goes
aman-aman.
out. Skylar gets the kill, takes down Forbid.
Oh,
We
let's
just
go.
talked
Epic
about
comeback
this.
Israel.
The Kaza being the counter for the Lilia.
Oh, and the Lord is being contested probably. Lancelot is kind of
Reti
far
Irat,
away.
gila coy. Reti Irat, Cok, gacor anjing. Weh, rata dong.
From the far away,
Wah, rata,
like,
Jing.
you know, he's like, oh.
Satu hit. Aduh, Skylar.
Try to steal it and like and just
Gak ada
took
flicker,
it.
Cok.
Skylar though on the chase, he wants Zara. You are gonna see
Oh, Skylarnya terlalu masuk, Jir. Skylar terlalu masuk, Cok. Ya, Skylarnya terlalu masuk, Jing. Wah, Skylarnya terlalu masuk sih. Skylar terlalu masuk, Cok. Wah, gila sih, Cok. Wah, emang Reti Irat GG sih, Cok. Gacor emang. Enak banget sih pakai lanjut. Satu hit. Wow, anjir. Wah, di pas segini, Cok. Wah, Irat. Selamat, Cok, Irat. Irat selamat, Jing. Wah, GG sih. Yo, Reti Irat bisa mengembalikan semuanya, Cok. Tidak mungkin, guys.
Hesitating with his ultimate because he cashed Lancelot with his second skill and he should ult immediately afterwards. But
Lancelot enak banget, coba. Lancelot tuh enak banget, coy. Kalau dia licin, dia tuh enak banget, Cok. Bisa dapat lot gitu. Martis tetap kalah Retri itu kalau sama skill 2 Lancelot sama
You
Retri.
see, he was definitely on the chase. It was funny watching Skylar trying to chase down a kill, getting punished over there by Aizen, and then the same thing with Irad trying to find Aizen on his way out.
Gak masih
Neither
bisa,
side
guys.
able to kind of
Epic
close
comeback
that
itu nyala.
distance.
Tuh lihat, Cok.
But so far,
Tadi
in this
towernya
fight,
gak kepus ya. Itu
RRQ
sampai
Hoshi is behind in kills.
gara-gara
They are now
satu
leading the
momen
way
doang,
in
Cok.
terms of turrets, and the goal
Sampai
has
kepus
almost
gitu, Cok.
equalized
Bisa
for
sih,
both
bisa
sides.
menang
Team
sih ini.
LiLGUN up by
Bisa,
1,000.
Reki masih bisa menang ini.
But in terms of map control, it is now
Wah, harus
favoring
main
RRQ
sabar
Hoshi.
ini, Cok. Bisa. Culik satu, bisa sih.
Absolutely agree with this.
Kulik satu
one.
bisa
I'm
sih ini.
wondering why Team LiLGUN keep doing the same
Ferry
mistake.
temen lo, bro.
Like, they not
Temen lah, bro.
focusing the
Temen,
heroes.
temen,
They like
temen.
going for these like 50-50 wards.
Tarik.
Ooh, but this match is not
Nice.
50-50 with this engagement on the side.
Tarik
Skylar
satu.
will
Main
find
culik aja, main
eyes
culik
on
aja.
the
Udah paling benar main culik aja.
4v2. Ethan left by himself to pick up the
Udah paling benar
pieces,
main
and
culik
they
aja,
may
coy.
go in to
Udah
take
paling
this
benar main
turret.
culik aja itu.
Ethan not really in a position to contest, and it looks like Skylar is going to
Wah,
seize
gila
this
sih.
opportunity. Skylar already
Udah paling benar emang main
2,000
culik aja, coy, itu.
ahead of Bebex.
Yeah, and the double ultimate on the Beatrix just to follow up Kaja's ultimate, Divine Judgment, and like so synchronized.
Banget
Like
sih. Wah, Irat udah dapat buff
as
nih,
soon
coy.
as
Wah, Irat udah dapat buff nih, coy.
there like grenades are flying in and the pistols
Wah,
are
gila,
already
callback
being
gini, Cok.
loaded,
Tadi
ready
kepreso
to
banget loh.
follow up, and
Bisa
the
callback,
super
Jir.
fast kill,
Tadi
no
kepreso banget loh
vengeance
itu.
for Tamus
Kok
because
bisa
it's
callback, Jir.
impossible to
Udah
use
mulai
while
sakit kalau
being
udah
ulted
ke late game
with
sih Marty
Kaja
udah agak
or
susah itu.
Franco. And yeah,
Udah agak
taking
susah
the
dapat
full
momennya.
time
Marty
to
kalau udah ke
cover.
bawah ke late game nih
New
udah
York
agak
with the
susah ini
highest kills in
momennya.
the game so far, going over to Zara, had a really good start on that Martis, now sitting 6-1-3 for the side of Team LiLGUN, but on RRQ Hoshi, even though they're not high on kills, their synergy is
Nah,
definitely
nunggu lot,
coming
nunggu lot.
alive as we are now
Nunggu lot,
officially
war,
in the
bisa.
mid game.
Nunggu lot
They
dapat
don't have
war.
the high mobility that we saw
Nunggu
in
lot
game
dapat war,
one,
bisa
especially,
menang.
with that Benedetta rotating around.
Terjemahin dong bro, gue gak paham omongan komentatornya. Gue juga gak paham babi. Mana gue paham anjing. Gue juga gak paham bangsat. Wih, banana diculik. Oke, Okta. Oke. Wih, Skylar. Irat, ting, bukan pamen. Gila, triple kill, jing. Wah, Irat, cok, gila. Ini, wah, gila, cok. Irat, sumpah. Wah, gila, cok. Wah, ajir. Wah, tuh, shoot. Wah, digocek, cok. Digocek, anjing. Digocek, cok. Mau maksain kah? Mau maksain kah? Mau maksain? Bisa gak sih ini maksain? Bisa maksain gak? Lot aja sih. Lot aja, jangan maksain. Gak bisa. Gak bisa maksain. Lot aja. Gila, cok.
What a turnaround.
Wah,
Like,
gini siapa bilang Irat
kinda remind me of this
Irat
game.
Lancelot prem satu hari,
Right?
jir. Gila, dapat
When he
triple
was
kill, cok. Ya,
jumping on the
anjing.
minions, it was like like that kind of stuff.
I will
Gila
say
sih,
Irat is
gila.
thirsty for the kills. The way he's
Yeah,
rotating
yeah,
around,
Irat
the way he
gigi sih.
packed over
Irat
the
gigi,
turret
sumpah
to try
gigi.
and box out Forbid from escaping, but the black shoes
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
last second to wrap back around into the inhibitor for the mid lane saved his life right there and avoided a full
Wah,
wipe
gila,
out
si
of the game
Lancelot, ting,
ender.
ting,
That
cok.
could have been everything
Nunggu lot, war.
out for Team
Bisa
LiLGUN
sini.
as they're currently
Ya,
sitting
2-0,
0-1.
2-0,
If
2-0,
RRQ Hoshi
2-0.
closes this game out with this
Back
luminous
sih tuh,
score,
lihat.
it will be a 2-0
Duitnya langsung
sweep,
dibalikin jadi
and they will
6.000,
have a
jing.
big
Gila gak
advantage
tuh?
for Group Stage A.
Yeah, Irad is definitely want
Wah,
to
gila, cok,
like
cok.
give them taste of their own
Gila.
medicine because of the early game. Like every time is invading his buffs, every time like harassing him into the jungle, and now they gonna pay for it.
Oh, dapat.
Yeah, Team
Tower ya sih, tower ya sih, tower.
Everything
Tower
to
ya
lose
sih,
right
tower.
here if they're not careful. RQ Hoshi, Viva RRQ.
Viva
As they are
RRQ.
alive right now and doing well. 10-10
Tawarnya
on the
udah kontak
scoreboard,
ya.
but down goes the Lord. Some
Sabar
great
aja,
defense
sabar
from
aja.
Team
Main
LiLGUN,
culik
but
aja.
now stripped down to only the base crystal and no inhibitors.
Yeah, RRQ Hoshi being able to defend all of the attacks of the Team LiLGUN. Only 3 towers are down, and the mid lane, like most important tower, is
Di pressure
still
ini
up,
mereka
and,
nggak bisa gerak, cok.
RRQ Hoshi maintain their
Di pressure
composure
banget ini
and
biar nggak bisa gerak, coy.
not being
Di pressure banget biar nggak bisa bergerak.
not
Nggak bisa gerak.
nervous
Sakit
and
banget,
under
cok.
the
Banana.
immense pressure
Gila,
Team
Banagot,
LiLGUN is
Banagot.
putting on them and gathering their thoughts for these like final
Gila, Banagot,
counter-attack,
tuh,
and
Banagot,
they,
anjing.
did it quite good, just like waited for some items, I guess.
Yeah, now they have all the lanes synced. It looks like they're going to go in for the close. They
Dapat,
don't
cok.
have the Lord, but they
Jir,
don't
sakit,
really
rata,
have
cok.
the mid
Jir.
damage.
Wah, dapat 3, cok. Rata. Tower. Wih, dapat 3, cok. Oke, masih selamat, Jir, masih selamat. Wih, lihat, masih selamat, cok. Wah, hampir, cok. Wah, hampir, Jir. Busko, gila itu udah ketarik satu ya, ditarik semua ini dapat 3, cok itu. Untung masih selamat, Jir. Untung masih selamat, cok. Untung masih selamat, Jir.
They was damaging
Man, untung masih selamat,
everyone
cok.
instead of like trying to focus priority. They thought they can kill all of them, but damage wasn't there in
Wah, untung masih
when
selamat
you
sih.
put it like that on the every single person you can see around you. And yeah, now
Bulat lagi
they're
sih,
going to
bulat lagi
defend
20
as the Team
20 detik.
LiLGUN has a
Bulat
small
lagi,
window
yes.
to actually come back and
Sakit
maybe
banget, cuy, ya,
potentially
anjing.
5 versus 4 somebody. But Kaja is
Dan bulat lagi sih paling benar. Bisa menang nggak kira-kira? Bisa. Bisa menang ini. RRQ bisa menang nih. Aduh, banana cok, banana ke pick off. Untung Winter cok. Winter. Untung masih ada Winter cok. Wih, banana, aduh. Rugi cok, banana.
RRQ Hoshi.
Oh,
And now
pick
you
off
see
satu
some
pun,
heavy
Cok.
focus in the mid lane. Luminous Lord spawned in and Team LiLGUN with the advantage
Bisa,
numbers.
tapi mati.
Wow, insanely
Tapi
good,
bisa.
you know, the
Bisa,
freeze
tapi
into
mati.
the immortality, and on top of that, Faramis
Wah,
tried
gila
to
tuh banana
hold,
ke pick
but
off
he
tuh.
actually like
Masih
slipped
bisa sih,
a
masih
little
bisa.
bit,
Kalau
and
dapat
the
lautnya
ult
bisa sih.
didn't proc on him with the immunity effect. It
Wah,
might be
gila,
enough to
teriak, kacau juga,
survive
Cok.
for
Wah,
the
ditarik, Jing,
counter-attack.
tarik.
And the ultimate Divine Judgment goes into Martis and trying to follow up on Beatrix with the damage, but it's not enough. And now Martis is gonna
Pentingnya
keep
masih
working
kurang
on the
berdamage,
word. I
Jing.
don't know it's a good idea or not. But
Wih, Irat, aduh ke pick off cok, Irat.
Lilia,
Aduh,
but
ke pick
not
off, Jir.
gonna happen because of that Ruby with the
sabar
spawn
sih.
on the drop against Assassins is so good.
Sakit banget cok.
Fall, though, so there's
Hampir
no
mati anjing
retribution
itu.
for RRQ Hoshi, and now a possible opportunity
Aduh,
for some
ke
Team
pick off semua
LiLGUN
dong.
to close this game
Aduh,
out. Octa
nice
gets
sekali ke
killed.
pick off,
Zora
Cok.
takes down Skylar.
Wait.
That's gonna be 2 for 2 trades so far. Looks like the numbers have equalized. RRQ Hoshi finding a way, finding a will. Burst will take
Bisa,
that
bisa.
Ruby. 2 more members left to go
Anjir,
through.
dibalikin, Cok,
They keep
dibalikin,
going.
Cok.
Zora, immortality.
Anjir, rata, Cok.
Wait,
Wait, wait, out,
For the slow burst on
Wait,
his tail.
anjir lu.
Can they take him down?
What
Octa
the fuck,
will.
man?
He won't fall. That's gonna leave Genesante
End kah? End?
in the base trying to
End,
close
Cok,
out
end.
and left to defend
Wah, itu
against
duluan nalar,
the
Cok.
3-man team of RRQ.
Bisa end sih, bisa end sih, kali.
For the 2-0
Bisa end.
Eisen.
Tower, 3,5.
Gonna
Tower,
use Carter in
tower.
his last
Please,
minute,
tower.
trying to hold him
Tower.
up. 25%, 5%.
GG.
RRQ.
Anjir,
As they
GG,
get the
Cok.
2-0 sweep. Out from Indonesia, taking down Team LiLGUN
Anjir,
from
GG, coy.
Mongolia in Group Stage
Wah,
A.
gila,
Game of
Cok.
Futures.
Itu tanpa Iran mereka tanpa ngehor bisa damage, Cok. Wah,
Congratulations,
Octa gila banget sih.
RRQ,
GG.
2-0 Team LiLGUN, and nice.
Wah,
RRQ
gila,
are
Cok.
so
Gila,
good. Like,
sumpah, gila.
LiLGUN, it seems like from my perspective, they kind
Wah,
of
gila, coy.
pressured
GG.
RRQ, but
Anjir.
I guess
Gila,
when
coy,
they
itu.
practice, they didn't saw this kind of like hard.
Udah posisi
defense.
kalah.
And
Tapi
they
damage-nya lebih
don't
sakit
understand
RRQ, Cok.
how to
Sumpah, itu
crack
udah
this
kalah
kind
ya.
of defense.
Tapi damage-nya lebih sakit
You should
RRQ,
go
Jing.
more
Gila.
aggressive. You should do like more.
Gila.
a little
GG.
bit
GG,
more
RRQ,
risk, a little bit
GG,
more risk, like,
GG,
go maybe
GG.
in, maybe kill and then
GG,
do
GG,
something,
GG.
prioritize
GG,
it, but
GG,
they
GG.
are lacking in this department.
GG,
How
gila.
to take, secure the objective when
gila, coy,
you
itu tadi.
have the
Cukup.
advantage. And
Wah, padahal
the
awal-awal ke
advantage
pressure
is
banget coy
maybe
itu
like
RRQ.
the
Gila emang, wah.
point in the game
Apakah
when
ini
your team
roster
just have,
terbaik
like,
RRQ,
stronger
guys? Bisa
ultimates,
menang
stronger
juara?
heroes,
Kali
and this is like
ya,
this, and not the gold
komennya
advantage, but the
komennya,
like
Cok. Menyala abangku.
in-game tempo heroes advantage, and they kind of not using it for full potential, but it might be because RRQ are so good at defense and LiLGUN not used to this kind of good defense and don't know how to crack.
Kenapa GG gue anjing? Kenapa GG
Yeah,
gue?
definitely find a way to
Kenapa
break
GG
the
gue
code.
anjing?
Team LiLGUN just having a hard time. They did really well in the beginning.
Kalau
Right? It was
gue
looking very
bangsat.
promising. They were hitting all
Oh
the,
guys,
objectives
gue off
on
bentar,
time.
nanti gue live lagi, oke?
RRQ Hoshi
Gue off
able to
dulu
stay
guys, gue live
resilient
lagi
as
nanti,
they got to
oke?
that mid-game, able to find a way
Oke,
to
stay
turn
semua yang
this
udah nonton
around.
match hari ini
After
dan
that Lord
GG
play,
juga
they
buat
were able to do
RRQ.
it, even with that amazing start
Nanti live lagi.
from that Martis,
Main
just
apa
kind
nggak
of
tahu.
dominating.
Dalam berapa masih ada
Leading
PH
4-0,
ya gak
taking
apa-apa, yang
both
penting kan menang kok.
projected
Gak apa-apa.
titles in the beginning.
Maksudnya
Just
udah
wasn't
sulam
enough.
match ini, harusnya improve lagi ya.
Indonesia
Oke,
looking stronger
thank you
than
guys,
ever
nanti
so
gue live
far.
lagi, oke?